Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexiot's here, and it is Tuesday, so we're doing Tuesday Trivia today. And my topic today is going to be music and the Raptors. And it's not just all Drake, buddy. That's right. So we're going to go through music and Raptors trivia. I wrote some questions, and they're awesome. And I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm going to go through these comments with the Trevor really quick to try and do this trivia pretty fast in the stream. So let's see what's going on. Good morning. Hopefully the stream, I can complete the stream without any issues today. We've had 2 days in a row where I've been cut short. At least yesterday I got 90 minutes in before I got cut short by, I think it might be YouTube, guys. I don't even know if it's my internet. It's actually some problems that YouTube's happening that I think are issues with what's going on with my stream. But we'll see. I'm troubleshooting still, and hopefully, well, crossing my fingers, we can keep online for the duration of the stream to complete it today. We have 3 classic cards today to make up for the missed ones 2 days in a row, and also the trivia points. So lots of Raptor Freak trivia points to be had for today's stream. So let's get right into it. I don't want to dilly-dally because, I don't know how long I've got on here. All right, let's see. Trevor J saying, we live in a world where nobody wants to see you win, where nobody wants to see you doing better than them, where people start drama just to do it, where people believe lies before they hear the truth. Yeah, haters, people getting in the way. Yeah, I think that's one way of just saying right-wing politicians. They will get in the way of anything that may be really good for people just because it's the other side who brought it forward. Anyway, I appreciate your words of wisdom, Trevor J. And I hope you're having a great day, sir. And thank you for what you do. Seriously. Trevor's saying SGA dropped 40 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists with the win. Outplayed Anthony Edwards, only ended up with 16 points. Yeah, was it 16 or 6 points? I thought I heard that he only scored 6 points. I'm not totally sure about that. I didn't watch the game. I paid attention to it on the box score, and I saw that 16. Okay, he did get 16. I thought somebody wrote in that he only got 6 somewhere in some chat. Yeah, some of the comments I've been hearing about things after the game is clearly Anthony Edwards is not the face of the league. Somebody was writing on our Discord that he looks interested in this game that was so close and not locked in and not acting like a competitor, just kind of seemed aloof and kind of floating around out there, not really locking in. And, SGA, the opposite. This man goes out and drops a 40 piece. And gets almost a triple-double, just 1 rebound shy. I think your face of the league is Adam Silver. And it ain't that guy you all are marketing as the new player that's the main player for USA basketball. It is not. Nope. And now Thunder are up 3-1, and they're 1 game away, and Lloyd is licking his chops. That's right. That's right. Trevor J saying WNBA expects to make $1 billion this season. That's amazing. I love that. That's growth. That's growth. And that game is coming more and more, and it's coming here. It's coming here in a year. And we're going to see Toronto Tempo, and we'll be adding our part to it as a franchise here in Toronto, WNBA, Toronto Tempo. Let's go. Let's go to the Tempo. I got to figure out a sing song with let's go Tempo. Let's go Tempo. I don't know. I might make a song up on this channel and all of a sudden it catches fire like wildfire. And Teresa Resch is like, oh, where'd this song come from? And I'll be like, I don't know. I might just make one up just for fun. So let's go Toronto Tempo. Let's go to the Tempo. Let's go to the Tempo. I got to work on this, man. I'm going to get the tempo right. That's right. Trevor J saying the matchup between the cousins Alexander last night combined for 63 points. Yeah, I heard Nickel kind of leveled up last night. Anthony Edwards ain't stepping up. Well, Alexander Walker is. And he's rising up to the challenge of his rival, his brother, his cousin, SGA. I love that stuff, man. That's so fun. I mean, seriously, in some ways, if SGA wins a championship, which I think he will, it's going to be so much even more special because the climb had his cousin in the way. Seriously, he can think about it. I mean, man, you guys in the Western Conference Finals, y'all gave me kind of a good fight, But man, it was so fun to play you, Nikel, in the finals, Western Conference Finals. And man, I'll have these memories forever. It's family memories, cousins versus cousins, and it's even more special that his route to his first championship might actually go through one of his cousins right now. I'm serious. I was thinking about that. I was like, dang, this is actually kind of really special for SGA and Nikel. That Nikel will be able to say, yeah, I tried to beat you and stop you, but we couldn't. Y'all were better. It'll be cool. It'll be cool to see how that goes. Monique is here. Superfan Mo's here. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Good to see you, Mo. Sorry, I've had technical difficulties the last couple of days and all kinds of stupid stuff. Of course, we're doing Monique's birthday party very soon. It's going to be a week from this Saturday in June the 7th at NBA Restaurant at 5:30 p.m. There's a reservation, and we'll be going down there for the superfan Monique Lawrence's birthday. And it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited. I got you some cool stuff, Mo. And Adriana and I will be coming down there. And hopefully more of the Raptor Freak family will be down there also. Hopefully Evelyn, Kareem, come on down to the NBA Restaurant so I can give you your Doug Smith book. And who knows? I would love the Saborans to show up again. I would, I got to call Peter. I'm going to call Peter. I've got to give him his trophy for winning Fantasy Basketball League this year. So I'm hopefully I can talk them into coming around too, like they did last year. So we'll have to see. But good morning to you, Mo. Happy to have you back in the chat this morning for sure. Yeah, and thank you for your information yesterday on the people that the Raptors are working out. Monique coming with the information, man, and she's just awesome. We've got a list of some of the early workouts for the Raptors this pre-draft, and Alex Tui is at the top of it from Sydney Kings. He's been on a lot of mock drafts for our 39th pick. He was on a couple of the major mock drafts that the Raptors would pick the shooting guard out of, small forward. He's like a shooting small forward. He shoots threes. Alex Tui out of Sydney Kings, Australian guy. I watched him. I'm not that impressed. I'm like I said, I'm starting. I know this is kind of bad, but I'm starting to think a lot of the Australian players are like plumbers right now. Joe Ingles kind of leans towards that. So it's kind of fair, right? Right. But yeah, I don't know if I like Tui. I don't know if I recommend him, but he's at the OVO working out for the Raptors. Another name on the list I'm really intrigued by is Florida State's Jameer Watkins. Jameer is somewhere in the late first round. I think he's in the late 20s or around there in the mock drafts. And it's kind of cool. I mean, I think this is partly to do with Scotty. Monique posting a picture of Jameer posting the OVO Center on his social media. And yeah, it's cool. To me, hey, Florida State Seminoles, that's my alma mater. That's Scott's alma mater. We got a Florida State Seminole at OVO working out for pre-draft Jameer Watkins. And of course, he's a small forward also. So it's like, in some ways, these guys aren't in the position that I'm wanting the Raptors to draft. So I'm not real high on them. Other names on the list, TJ Bamba out of Oregon, Lamont Butler out of Kentucky, Bryce Lawson, Dylan Cardwell out of Auburn, and RJ Felton of East Carolina. Dylan Cardwell is a center. He's a center from Auburn. He was the guy who was a center for Auburn. So, yeah, thank you, Monique. Man, always on it. And, Monique, I appreciate you so much for keeping a pulse on Raptors news like you do. You're amazing. You see stuff that I don't, and I really do appreciate it. Seymour saying, Trevor, Jay, you are 100% correct about haters. Haters. James is saying, can we scout Alex Condon for the 39th pick, 6'10" power forward? James, I will do this, but I want to do the trivia very soon. So remind me. I'm going to do the trivia, and then I'll do a scout afterwards because I do want to get this trivia going. Because the way my stream's been going the last couple of days, I don't know how much time I've got. It's kind of a metaphor for life. So, yeah, I don't know how much time I've got. So we need to get very important business done. And then anything that's kind of extra we'll do afterwards. But I will scout Alex Condon. I did look at him last week. So I've kind of already looked at him. It's not really fair. It's not really fair. As you can tell, he wasn't on my 10 suggested centers from last week. So I'm not high on Alex Condon. Just so you know, he's Florida, right? Yeah. Yeah, I watched him. Last week. So it won't be a complete blind scout. I kind of can't do blind scouts anymore because I've kind of watched everybody now in the draft. I did a lot of work on this for the Thursday Think Tank last week, and I watched most of the first round guys at this point. So I'm familiar with most of the draft picks at this point. And Condon, once again, I'll say this because without going to scout him straight up right now, he's got the size. He's from a marquee program. And in some ways, once again, you come from Duke, Rutgers, Florida. In some ways, you get an upgrade that you don't totally deserve in the eyes of scouts and people. Because in some ways, you're coming from an excellent program where there's a lot of really good players and staff around that boost you. In some ways, I look at a guy like Jonathan Mobo from San Francisco as more impressive because in some ways, they didn't have the talent and the things around them for them to excel. Now, Alex Condon, he's on Florida, and they're the national champs. And that tells you all you need to know right there. In some ways, they have a very good team all around. And I just think he's slow. I don't think he's fast enough for the NBA. And that was the reason why I did not put him on my list. He's like Kalkbrenner. They're two big, wide kind of guys that kind of can do stuff. And he's in that Klingon kind of center range. And, I think he's fool's gold. I think he's a national champion, but I don't think he's going to be a good NBA center. That's basically it right there, James, without going and looking at the Wikipedia and YouTube from what I remember last week. Seymour saying Gilbert Arenas said all players from the 80s got tested once a season, allowing the use of use of steroids. Let's just put it that way. But now it's 4 tests and season no room for cheating. Yeah, I saw that clip you posted just before I came on. First of all, I don't like listening to Gilbert Arenas. I think he's full of shit. I think he's kind of a take artist, kind of like Stephen A. Smith, but he's kind of the worst because he's a player who's a take artist. And in some ways, he doesn't care about the sanctity game. He doesn't care about selling people out. He doesn't care about stabbing people in the back. Regardless of whether he's right or not, I would say this. In the NBA, the history of the NBA, sports medicine and training has gone up and gotten better and better and better. The sports medicine and training that the guys have today is way better than the guys in the 90s. If some guys were on juice during the 90s, which is very possible, I could see Charles Oakley, not Charles Oakley. Let's not sully him, but let's sully at Karl Malone since he was the guy who was in the picture on that Gilbert clip. Sure, maybe Karl Malone was doing steroids. I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, he was on WCW. And the man's arms, he was jacked like that. Do you think Michael Jordan was doing steroids? Is that what you're trying to say here, Seymour Pape? Because when you do this, when Gilbert Arenas indicts a whole generation of 90s, it was the 90s, not the 80s, by the way. It's not fair. It's not freaking fair. And once again, this guy's an idiot. This is a guy who brought a gun to a practice facility and got kicked off, got in big trouble and did a whole bunch of stupid stuff. And he's continued to say stupid shit. So that's why I ignore him. If he's going to say something like this is controversial, well, let's look at it. Even if they did that, well, baseball was doing it at the time. Football was doing it at the time. Wrestling was doing it at the time. They were all in scandals of steroids. It was just the way of the world at the time, and things adjusted. Well, how does it compensate with the balance of things, Seymour, as far as what they were getting for training and sports medicine that they know now, and how many of these supplements that these guys take now may have been considered PPE back then? That's what I ask you also. So, yeah, I'm not going to take this bullshit from Gilbert. He's trying to sully a whole decade and say that they're on steroids. He's full of shit. Let's just put it that way, Seymour. Let's just say he's full of shit. There may have been guys on steroids. And, yeah, sure, the 1 year, once a year testing thing, he's probably right. He's probably right on that. But I don't think it was as prevalent as he's trying to say. It may be that there were certain guys that were doing it, but hell, Manu Bol played in that era too. So don't tell me everybody's doing steroids. Come on now. Come on now. Don't tell me that. Seriously. Fiercely's here. Good morning, fam, and happy Tuesday. MJ, I think you're going to enjoy our trivia today immensely. It's going to be fun. In fact, I'm expecting you to help me out in getting some of these answers. Some of the other Raptor freaks may not know the subject matter today, and I'm hoping you will, and you'll come correct with knowing your music trivia. Music knowledge. That's right. Stargate saying, Anthony Edwards, this is what I saw. This is the comment I saw, and I kind of talked about already. Anthony Edwards looked so disinterested last night. And this is the guy, basketball media is trying, U.S. basketball media, yeah, you put us, is trying to push us as the next face of the league. Yeah, no, it's not happening. It's not natural, Adam Silver. The guy is dropping F-bombs, and he's looking like he's half-assing his life as far as trying to compete on the biggest stage in the biggest spotlight in front of everybody. So yeah, Adam Silver, he's not the right one. No, you got to keep looking around. And maybe it's a French guy, maybe it's a Canadian guy. You got to start looking at for face of the league. Sorry, it's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. Reggie's saying, yep, Trevor, for some people, the truth is too painful. They prefer to live in ignorance, wrong and strong. Yeah, it's sad because they're trying to cement it in as reality, and it's not reality. I'm sorry. We will crush your dreams over time, Mega, because y'all are not living in reality at this point. You guys are evil, fucked up people, and you will be stopped, just like the Nazi Party 100 years ago, Mega. We're going to fucking fuck you up because there's a lot of us that don't like you, and we're coming from all different angles. And once again, diversity beats fascism. And we will in the end. It's going to come, and y'all are going to have a big, huge downfall. Just think Saddam Hussein dying in a hole in the ground, or getting dragged through the street like Hitler or Gaddafi. Well, these are the kind of ends that Trump needs to meet at some point, because seriously, that's the way dictators go. That's the way fascists go, like Hitler and Gaddafi and Hussein. Well, you deserve that fate, Donald Trump, because you're exhibiting the behaviors of those men I just listed. And well, that's what's going to happen to you down the road. I'll bet you money that man may be dead in a bloody revolution. I'm just going to say that right now. Yeah, I don't care if people look at me or give me extra. Maybe that's why YouTube's cut me off. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see. Fiercely saying, let's see. Where are we? Wow, y'all stop with the comments. I want to start the trivia. Y'all are going off. Y'all weren't here on Sunday. Nobody was here commenting at all. There was barely anybody here yesterday. And now everybody comes in right on trivia and goes crazy with the comments right before I say, I want to start the trivia. Stop, y'all. Seriously. Y'all are driving me crazy. There's like 10 of y'all writing in comments like crazy right now. All right, let me keep going. Fiercely saying, if I had to take a drink every time the broadcast mentioned SGA and Nickel were cousins, I'll pass out. Just pointing out that they kept repeating it over and over. It's a special story, and I like it. I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that at all. Put those Canadian cousins on blast. And hey, if you want to play a drinking game to it, go ahead. That's what I would say to you. Go ahead and play a drinking game on that. Seriously. Seymour saying a lot of players were a bit bald at age 25 due to the use of PPP. I'm not sure how accurate that second take is. Yeah, listen, once again, Seymour, I don't want to talk about this. I don't let Gilbert Arenas steer my content, so fuck him. And when you bring Gilbert Arenas takes to me, I'm like, all right, I don't want to see this. I don't care. I don't care what he has to say. He's not a reliable person for truth. And second, he's somebody that is basically like Stephen A. Smith as a player at this point. So fuck that guy. I hated him as a player. And I hate him after his post-playing career, too, because he's a fucking idiot. And he's a tabloid piece of garbage, trashy guy. So anything he says, a grain of salt is what I'm saying right now. A grain of salt. Monique saying draft workout names are out. I'm excited. Yeah, thank you for sharing them. I went over them already. Alan Tam, bam, son, saying the Bay stores are closing on June the 1st. 8,000 workers losing jobs. Bam, son. More and more of a reason to support Canadian companies and buy Canadian. In some ways, I'm not totally upset about this, even though the Bay is an institution in Canada. Hudson's Bay, it's a huge, huge, huge company that's very, very important for a long time. But I'm against the textile clothing industry because they make so much clothes that in some ways are not totally necessary because they just want to keep buying clothes, more selling clothes. And it's one of the worst polluters in some ways in usage of resources that we don't need to. People, you could just have clothes that wear. People wear clothes like the toilet paper and wear them once and throw them out. We got to stop doing this. We got to be more sustainable in our lives. So I'm not totally upset when big department stores that sell a lot of clothes all the time are going out of business. I'm sorry. That's just my take personally, guys. That's just my take. Y'all can be upset about it. I'm sad for the history of Hudson's Bay. That's it. I'm not sad that a big store that sells a lot of clothes is closing. Nope. Good morning to you, Trucker Kaz. Bam, son. There you go. Alan Tam with the Canadian flag. I got the straight goods on Canadian goods, but I'll do that after the trivia. Stargate saying the Inbound documentary was really good. Thanks for suggesting it, Lex. That's not even me. Trevor J posted that in there. So give Trevor J and the other people that brought the Inbound documentary around those guys credit. That's right. I learned a lot of things, like Zach Eady's mom is a beekeeper. I know. I love that part. Zach Eady's mom seems like somebody I need to just go talk to. Like, seriously. I want to just sit down with Zach's mom and talk to her for a second because I feel like I'll know more about the world and life and wisdom. And she might even be able to help me be happier because she's just in a zone, man, as a beekeeper and how she does stuff. You know, she's ahead of her time because she's doing something that's going to help all of us that we would be thinking Zach Eady's mom in the future, because she was one of the people that were out there fighting for the bees and trying to keep them healthy and happy. When they're gone, we're fucked. And in some ways, the heroes like Zach Edey's mom are somebody to celebrate now and know right now they're doing something that's way more important than any MAGA people are doing right now for the world and the future. I'm telling you right now, most saying OVO Fest is officially back. Yeah, fuck Drake. I didn't miss it. And go ahead and bring it back, Drake. But yeah, you're on a suspension from our broadcast. Okay, fine. I won't go to OVO Fest, overpriced bullshit. And Drake, you go ahead and have your little concert in the summer once again. Good. I'm glad you did it again. You were too busy beefing with Kendrick last year to do OVO Fest last year. Well, maybe you should have done OVO Fest instead of making yourself look so bad in a tired ass rap beef that was stupid as fuck. Sorry, a little feisty this morning. Yeah, a little feisty. I don't care about that. I don't care about Gilbert. Griscom said, good day, Lex. Who are you? 9 and 39th first choices. Now, I wish you'd watch Thursday because I did 3 hours on this, Griscom. And you can go back and watch the Thursday Think Tank from last week with Maxime Renault on the cover of it because I go over 10 picks as bigs that I like at 9 and 39. And I don't feel like going over it right this second because I do have trivia right here that I do want to start reading. So, Griscom, with all due respect, my number one pick for the 9th is Malawach, and Asa Newell is second. And then for the other pick, I would love for Maxime Renault to fall to 39 if that is what we could do possibly. It's probably not likely, but there's a couple other names that I like at that spot too. And yeah, man, I did this for like 3 hours the other day. Hope you can watch it. It's the one with Maxime Renault on it there. Yeah. Stargate saying an SGA and NAAW have Antiguan background. That's right. You saw that in the inbound. Yep. And Stargate saying, yes, Gilbert Arenas is a clown. He's just an ex-player version of Stephen A. Smith. Exactly. That's what I just said. Yeah. Yeah. I don't doubt that there were PEDs. I don't doubt that people were doing steroids, some of them. Xavier McDaniel, maybe. I don't know. But not all of them were. I don't think John Stockton was. Maybe Karl Malone was in the Utah Jazz locker room. Him and, I don't know, Antoine Carr. I don't know who the fuck was doing it. But, you know, Dennis Rodman, y'all think he was doing steroids? You think Dennis Rodman was doing steroids? I mean, where do we go with this? Charles Barkley's doing steroids, guys. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right to me. Does that sound right to you guys? Nah. You know, you can tell when somebody's doing steroids. They look like Barry Bonds with a big fat head. You can tell when somebody's doing steroids. They look like some crazy-ass WWE guy from the early 90s, just before the steroid scandal hit with Vince McMahon. I'm just saying, it may look like Karl Malone did steroids, and that's probably true. That's probably true. But I'm not saying it was prevalent and that a good percentage of the NBA was doing steroids. Nah, man, this was the league of Michael Adams. Come on, man. Little original Mighty Mouse. Come on, man. Nah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. I think Gilbert's full of shit. Is what I'm saying. Bryce is here. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Butler is a real solid guard that can defend really good. He has defensive accolades. He's similar to Jamal Shed. He's 6'2", 200. He's pretty good and would be nice for our G League. So you're saying that your Kentucky guard who is at OVO yesterday working out in pre-draft would be maybe a good third point guard for the Raptors behind Emmanuel Quickley, a Kentucky guard, and Jamal Shed of Houston? Well. Hello. How are you, sir, from Kentucky, Mr. Lamont Butler? Well. We'll have to see if he gets the eye test from Bobby and Masai, and we'll see. 39th pick, maybe. We'll have to see. Yeah. Most saying she liked Inbound too, Stargate. Yeah, it was a really good movie, wasn't it, Mo? It's so nice to see Chris's mom and Lugette's Dort's mom and all the love for Montreal and Canada across the nation. Dylan Brooks, you are a superstar, man. I love you, Dylan. He's just the best. It's like two people in this world, people that like Dylan Brooks and people don't like him. And I'm one of those people that like him. So there you go. Let's see. Seymour Sands, laugh out loud. So everything I say gets nitpicked, man. I'll just listen, man, from out here. You can't bring nothing to the table. I'm not perfect like y'all. It's not like that. And don't take it personally, man. I'm attacking Gilbert Arenas, not you, man. Not you. I love you, man. And you can go ahead, keep bringing stuff to me. It's just that I have to give you my honest reaction, Seymour. And it's nothing against you, Sheriff. I love you, man. It's against Gilbert. I hate Gilbert. And if you bring Gilbert, this is the reaction you'll get. So it's not you yourself personally. It's Gilbert. I'll just say that. It's very much Gilbert. He is not perfect. You're perfect. Shut up, man. You got a City Slickers New York Mets hat, and you're out in Alberta, and you're embracing that as a Scarborough guy out there, man. No, man, you're perfect. Don't sully yourself. Come on, let's talk you up, man. You're beautiful, amazing person that works in the warehouse, and you're awesome, Seymour. We love you. You're our Central Time guy. And nah, man, it's Gilbert is the problem. Once again, Gilbert's the guy. Gilbert's the guy. Yeah, you don't need to just pay attention. This is fine. And don't feel, seriously, I don't want you to feel like I'm personally attacking you. In some ways, I'm feisty this morning. I'm kind of upset, and I'm a little bit on edgy. And in some ways, it's like that energy sometimes goes into me being more feisty and argumentative. And it's not you personally. I mean, I do this to anybody who comes at me in a weird way right now. And it's not your fault, man. So seriously, please don't take it personal. I want Gilbert to take it personally that I said all that shit about him just now. Smooth saying, what's Gilbert Arenas saying? He's saying that all the players in the 90s took steroids and that they only tested them once a year. So after October the 1st, they could do the steroids on October the 2nd, and they wouldn't get in trouble for doing steroids. And there's a picture of Karl Malone on the clip. And I mean, that's a great poster boy for that allegation in theory. But man, there's like Sean Bradley too. Let's go put him in a picture and tell me he's on steroids. Come on, go get Sean Bradley and tell me he's on steroids. Come on now. Let's look at this, man. See what I'm saying? I respect your take, but coming at me like that, I said it. It's insane. Yeah, if I personally attacked you, I did not mean to. It was a stray bullet for Gilbert. I apologize if I personally attacked you because I didn't mean to personally attack you. If you're feeling sensitive about it, I'm sorry. I'm serious. I'm completely sorry from the bottom of my heart. I'm attacking arenas. Yeah. It's all love, man. iCandy's got you too. All right, let's do this. I want to get this going right now because this is awesome trivia. I'm really kind of proud of it. And I might need my glasses to read the questions. I am getting old. Obviously, it's crazy, man. I've started to have to wear the glasses to do the Scrabble scores. So let's go. All right, here we go. Question number 1 on the Raptors and music. All right, guys, that's the subject for today. All right, guys, I need the next line of this. I was running through the 6 with my woes. What is the next lyric? And why? Y'all know why this is important. This is the old DeMar song. DeMar DeRozan used to make a basket in the arena. What was the lyric that would say over the PA when DeMar would make a basket? It is a Drake song. I was running through the 6 with my woes. What is the next line in that song that would go on the air after that? What is the next line? Y'all make sure you're live. Hit your live buttons so that you know that you're live. What is the next lyric to that one? Say the next line. I was running through the 6 with my woes. And what happens next? You know how that shit goes. Bryce Lawson is here. He knows. He's OVO enough to know that it is, you know how that shit goes. Bryce knows how that shit goes. How about that? Good job, Bryce. Thank you. All right, next question, guys. This has been a question before, and it's not totally a hard question. Yeah, that's the name of the song, but I wanted the lyric, and Bryce came in with the lyric. Who sang the national anthem at the very first Raptors game in 1995 against the New Jersey Nets? Who was singing the Canadian anthem at the first Raptors game ever? That's right. This has been a trivia question before, and so it's pretty well known. And once again, guys, don't Google these. Try and get these off the top of your head. I want to do some guessing today. Slug Deezy knows that it was the Bare Naked Ladies that sang the first ever anthem at a Raptors game. So Slug Deezy's on the board for today. I expect Slug to get a bunch of points today. You'll probably clean up on the triple classic card we're going to do. And a little bit later on, we'll be doing 3 classic cards. All right, guys, another question, just like the last one. Who sang the national anthem at Game 1 of the 2019 NBA Finals against Golden State? I did. I was singing it, but I wasn't the one with the microphone. I was singing that national anthem with them at that game. Who was the artist that sang the national anthem at the first ever NBA Finals game held in Canada at the Scotiabank Arena in 2019, Game 1 of the Finals versus Golden State Warriors? Who were the artists that sang that? Yeah. People may not remember this one completely. They're not. This is a very important one, though. People talk about this all the time as being one of the most beautiful anthems ever done in any sports game, anywhere, ever. That's right. Sarah McLachlan is not right. She wasn't alone. No, it's not Sarah McLachlan. It was a group of people, and they were a group as themselves. And it wasn't a collection of people together. So it was not Sarah McLachlan. No, it wasn't. Steve Kerr has said that this was one of the most beautiful moments in sports that he's ever seen in his life. Game 1 of the finals against Toronto in Toronto when they did the anthem. He said he got really patriotic and for Canada. in that moment as the coach of Team USA's basketball. It's crazy, man. Yeah, Steve Kerr said that it was like, this is one of the most beautiful moments ever that he's ever been around in sports. Who you guys don't know who sang it? Man, we're going to put this on blast because this is actually kind of important in Raptors history at this point. Who sang the national anthem that led everybody singing "Oh Canada" at Game 1 of the NBA Finals 2019? It is a Canadian artist. Yes, it's not a musical artist. And when I say musical artist, that means solo or group. So Alicia Cara is a good guess, but that's not right. You're in the wrong gender. It's not a female that sang this. It's not a female that sang this. You've said Sarah McLachlan and Alicia Cara is not a female who sang it. Yeah, Slug Easy's close. He's got to get the name of the group, though. They were opera singers, and it's a few of them. It wasn't just one. There were 3 of them, honestly. There you go. It's 3 male singers that were opera singers. What is their names? That's it. That'll get you that. Yeah, I thought that it was El Divo. I was like, it's El Divo. No, I looked it up. I was like, that's not El Divo. That's not El Divo. That is somebody different. But yeah, it's put it on blast. Man, such a beautiful moment. Tears in the eyes at the end of it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Monique's saying soul. Soul. It's close. It's close. The tenors. That's it. Slug got it. It's the tenors. The Canadian tenors. Just like a Pavarotti and those guys. That were the Italian tenors or the tenors, the great tenors. There's the Canadian tenors, and they're kind of called the Canadian tenors. There's 3 guys that sing, and they were the ones who came out there and sang the anthem. But their technical name is the tenors, the Canadian tenors. Yeah, you're close, Trevor. You were just behind. You're just behind. I'll give it a slug. All right, next question, guys. Who wrote and performs the song Jurassic Park? Who wrote and performs the song Jurassic Park? It's an amazing rap song that came out after our championship. And the lyrics are awesome because they sing about our Raptors and the winning the championship. Who wrote and performs the song Jurassic Park? Y'all don't Google this, man. I wish y'all would know this off the top of your head. Seriously. These are a little bit tough. Some of these questions are going to be very hard. There's one in particular I'm really worried y'all won't get. There's one I'm really, really worried that we may have a stumbling block where nobody's going to get this trivia. So who wrote the song Jurassic Park and sings it? Yeah, who is it? Who is that? Who's that? This guy's interesting. He's Canadian, obviously. And he's also an actor. He's done TV. He's on a couple of TV shows also. Not Drake, y'all. It's not Drake. It's not Degrassi's Drake. This is a different guy who's made hip hop. And also been on TV. Classified? It's not right. That's not right. It's an interesting guess, but it's not right. It is not right. This guy, he was on the show Mr. D. I think that's the show he was on. He was on Mr. D with Gary D. In that it was a high school show. Mr. D was the coach of the team, and he was also a teacher, right, in a school. And well, the guy who sang this song and wrote the song, he was on that show with him. So yeah, that's a really good clue right there. If you know the show Mr. D, you should know who this is because it should be gotten real quick. Man, you guys are gonna have to go listen to this song over and over again after this. This is your punishment. Monique is here. She saved the day. It's Maestro Fresh West, y'all. That's right. Mr. D, Maestro Fresh West was on that show, and yeah, he wrote the song Jurassic Park. It's an amazing song. Seriously, it's one of my favorite songs. Seriously. Because it's so Raptors oriented. So look at Mo coming in and getting the straight goods on that one. Good job, Mo. I'm proud of you. All right, next question, guys. And Mo will know this one right away because she saw Inbound. Who is the musical artist that's featured in Inbound that does interviews in the documentary Inbound that we just watched this weekend? Who is that? Yeah, let your backbone slide. There you go, Maestro Fresh West. There you go. Who is the musical artist that is featured in interviews in Inbound? In this documentary that a lot of us just watched this weekend. Yeah, it was in the theaters too with Prehistoric. It's, man, high quality documentary. Who is the musical artist that appears talking on Inbound about immigration to Canada and basketball and stuff like that? Yeah, there you go. There you go, Stargate. He's digging the Maestro Fresh West. That's right. Let's go. Let your backbone slide. That's right. Jurassic Park. But I'm asking y'all, make sure you're live. Seriously, I don't want y'all to be behind and not on top of things here. Who appears in Inbound as an interview in the documentary as a musical artist? There's one musical artist that does interviews in Inbound talking about basketball in Canada. Who is it? I think he's actually getting his hair cut in the interview. They're like showing him, and he's in a barber's chair in this documentary. Come on, y'all. You got to remember who this was. If you just watched it, there you go. I'll give it to Mo. She gave me a half-ass answer, but I'll give it to her anyway. It's Cardinal Official. That's right. Good job, Mo. Mo's paying attention, and she's getting them. She's quicker than y'all. That's awesome. I love it. All right, here we go. Next question. Which two current Raptors make and produce music? One of them actually releases it. One of them does not release his music. So two current Raptors actually produce music right now. Two current Raptors on the Raptors roster produce music. One of them releases it and is out, and you can listen to it. And one of them does not release it, and he does it just for fun. Brandon Ingram is right. Slug's in there just before Fiercey. Slug. I was listening to Brandon Ingram's raps, and he is really good, man. That guy's got flow. That guy's got a really, really good. He's good, man. Brandon Ingram is a good rapper. I'm serious. He's really good. Not Fiercey. Fiercey. It's not Emmanuel. It's not Garrett Temple, guys. The other guy, he likes to go into the studio and mess around and just like play with beats and like make music for his downtime. But he's never released anything. He just likes to do that kind of stuff. It's not CJ Miles. It's a current Raptor. It's a current Raptor. It's not Mobo. It's not Emmanuel. This isn't really put on blast. I've mentioned it on the show before in kind of passing, but I haven't really talked about it a whole lot. So this may be a little tough. Jamal Shed's not right. It's not Shed. Yeah, you guys, it'll be interesting. You'll get it when you finally get it. You guys just got to keep naming Raptors, I guess. Keep naming the current Raptors until we get it. But yeah, it's none of those guys. Brandon's one of the answers. Chris Boucher is not right. It's not Chris. Chris is not. Jamison Battle's not right. Yeah, keep going, guys. I mean, you can just keep going through the roster. I don't want to give a clue because it'll give it away right away. Who is making music? They said that they just enjoyed the creativity of it and they like going in there and messing around. It's not AJ Lawson. It's not Jacoby. It's not Scotty Barnes. Nope. It's not Jacoby Walter. Nope. None of them. They just like they find it relaxing, is what they said, and they do enjoy kind of like the creativity in it. But they're too shy to release anything that they've done. They just kind of do it in their off time just for fun. Jared Roden's not right. It's not Jared Roden. You guys are dancing all around it here, and it is all right. We'll do this until we get it. Grady Dick is getting closer. That might be the best guess, but it's not right either. It may be the best guess so far, Grady Dick, but it's not right. Yeah, who do you think it is, guys? RJ Barrett? Nope, it's not RJ. It's not RJ. These are good guesses. Not Grady Dick. Nope. SGA? Nah, he's not on the right team. There you go, Alan Tam Bam, son. MVP, baby. Let's go, Canada. That's right. Oshai Abaji's right. Fiercey got it. It is Abaji. Abaji has said that he likes to go into studios and mix beats together and just for fun. And just it's a hobby. It's not something he does very seriously. It's just for fun. He likes to go in there and play music producer. So it's Oshai Abaji and Brandon Ingram. They were the answer. There you go. Good job, Fiercey. Fiercey is on the board for today. All right, next question, guys. What band did Scotty Barnes famously sing in karaoke in the summertime once? What band was Scotty singing karaoke song to that got viral on social media that summer, a couple of summers ago? What was the band that he was singing? What was the band? I'm not going to ask for the song, just for the band name. Maroon 5 is right. I knew Fiercey would get this one. That's right. It was Maroon 5. Scotty was singing when he was caught singing that song. I'd be embarrassed, but he's not. He loves them. He's okay with them. All right, next question. What French-named English band did Chris Boucher put on his Instagram stories recently? I made a big deal out of this. I was like really impressed. What French-named English band did Chris Boucher put on his Instagram stories recently? And I was like, wow, this is really cool that he did this. What band is that? Yeah, this is current Raptors stuff. And if you're paying attention to this channel, you will know what this answer is. But they're a French-named band that are actually from England. What band is that? And he played the music on one of his Instagram stories last week. And I was like, damn, that's really cool. I'm glad that he did that. It was pretty cool. It's one of my favorite bands. I'm not going to lie. They're one of my favorite bands. And who is it? You guys aren't paying that close attention. French-named English band. That should give it away right there. My dad got this one right away because he's been watching the show. And I was like, I tested all the questions on my dad yesterday. And he got this one like that. Like that. This is the one he got like that. That's right. Kaloy knows it's Depeche Mode. He posted the song Enjoy the Silence last week on one of his stories, Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence. That's right. Carlo, you're getting in there for some points today. I love it. Carlo JS. Let's go, Carlo. Let's go, Santino. That's right. All right. Next question, guys. Who is Scotty Barnes' favorite musician? He said this consistently for pretty much his whole NBA career. Who is Scotty Barnes' favorite musical artist? Yeah, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Yeah, yeah. He said that at some point I shouldn't like them. They told me I shouldn't like them, but I can't help it. They're my favorite musical artists, no matter what. He said it again recently in the AI interview that they did with Google Pixel or whatever. Google whatever did an interview with Scotty recently, and he named his favorite artist in this interview. So, who is Scotty Barnes' favorite musical artist? Beer Naked Ladies. No, that's not Scotty's favorite artist. Ozzy Osbourne. That'd be hilarious if Scotty's favorite artist was Ozzy. I don't think I've ever seen him talk about Ozzy Osbourne or any real heavy metal ever. I don't think Scotty's a heavy metal guy. He's more a country pop and hip hop guy for sure. But yeah, who is his favorite musical artist of all time right now? I guess it's who his favorite artist is right now. He likes to listen to the best. Yeah. He said it in the Google AI commercial interview, and he's also said it on his. He said it on his Twitch a long time ago in his rookie year, after when we were hanging out with him, Scotty Barnes Switch Family 2022, and he even said in the year after that, it's like some people told me I shouldn't like the artists I like because of who they are, but I do like them. Christian country, no, it's not Christian country. He didn't pick up stuff from Bruce Brown and run with it. Nope. Shania Twain's not right. It's not a country artist, guys. It's not a country artist. It's not like Maroon 5 either. It's a hip hop artist. So I'll give you at least that, guys. It's a hip hop artist. It's been consistently his favorite artist for a couple years now. Seriously, even on the down low when he doesn't want to say it. It's not Drake. Drake's not his favorite artist. No, it's not Drake. He doesn't mind Drake though. Kanye West is not right. It's not Kendrick either. No, it's not. It's not even these old guys. It's a younger hip hop artist that's out. That's more current with the younger people like him. It's not in these old guys. Triple X, no, it's not. XX Extension, is that what it is? Offset, no, it's not Offset. You're getting closer with that kind of stuff. A$AP Rocky, I wish it was that. I'd have more respect for him if it was A$AP Rocky. No, it's not LL Cool J. Kaloy, it's Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi Vert is the answer. Kaloy's getting 2 in a row here because it is Lil Uzi. It's Lil Uzi. That is Scotty's favorite artist, Lil Uzi. That's right. That's who he said on the interview recently. Jack Harlow, nah, screw that guy, man. What are we talking about? Juice WRLD, nah. Lil Baby, no. Lil Uzi, yeah. Demonic, yeah. Yes, so that's what they said. They told him, Scotty, you shouldn't like this guy at first. You know, he's like all about the I'm going to creep down your street. And if you come outside, that kind of shit. I mean, I even kind of told, I said it on this channel around then. I was like, man, these NBA stars need to stay away from these kind of rappers, in some ways, So yeah, Lil Uzi is Scotty's favorite artist. That's right. Beanie Man. Hey, all right. Next question, guys. What song and artist did Jamal Shed and Jacoby Walter sing in Carpool Karaoke with Lindsey Dunn? What was the artist and the song? The 50 points for each. That they sang. Yeah, Michael Jackson is the artist. What was the song though, Fiercey? What was the song that those two guys sang this year in the car? Do you remember the time? That's right. Fiercey remembers the song. Do you remember the song that they first sung? That's right. There you go. It's not Thriller. No, it wasn't. Dong, dong, dong. Wait, that's Beat It. Sorry, what are you doing, Lex? Yeah, that's true. Seymour saying, don't worry, I won't bring nothing to the table. No, bring things to the table. Seriously, please don't get all hurt by this, man. You know I'm a feisty man. I go feisty on everybody. You're not special, Seymour. I do this to everyone. I go off on everybody. I'm not even going off on you. I'm going off on Gilbert. Come on, man. Please. Come on, man. It ain't got nothing to do with this, man. That's right. Trevor's saying Whitney Houston. I don't believe they were singing Whitney Houston in the car. They might have at another time. Fantasia, When I See You. Maybe they had a couple songs they sang, but the one that I saw was Michael Jackson, Remember the Time. That's right. Seymour's saying, maybe give Stargate my wrench. I think he deserves it more. Bottom of your thoughts, align. You know what? I argued with Stargate yesterday too. Like we got into it yesterday. So it's not anything special. I'm telling you, Seymour. I'm not signaling you out. You may feel like it, but I'm not. Seriously. Fiercey's felt like I've singled her out too. Everybody's felt like this at a certain point. Monique felt like this too at a certain point. I'm telling y'all, I'm a jerk to everybody. And it's not even you I'm being a jerk to. It's Gilbert. I can't stand Gilbert, man. I can't stand Gilbert. I know we talked about this before, and I've said, listen, if you bring me Gilbert, I'm going to be mad because I don't like hearing from him. I've told you this. So, yeah, I'm not giving anybody else a wrench. You're my central guy. Stargate and I were talking about, what was it yesterday? We're talking about Ben Mathurin, and we weren't agreeing. And my stream cut off before we could talk about it more. And he wanted to argue with me, and it's perfectly healthy. We got to this point where Stargate and I, we understand it's nothing personal. We're going to talk about things. I'm going to be me. He's going to be him. And we got to allow each other to be each other. And that's what it is right there. That's right. We get into it all the time, Stargate and I, trust me. Yeah. No Gilbert, no Trump. That's right. No Trump, no Gilbert, man. Gilbert is not a real journalist. Gilbert is not a real NBA expert. In some ways, if he was an NBA expert, he would have done better with his career, is what I would say. He was an expert. He was an NBA caliber player that played in the NBA, but he's no expert because he failed in the NBA. So I don't know why he's saying, yeah, you would like to give him the wrench? Well, we'll consider that. Right now, I'm trying to do trivia. Seriously, don't. This is what I'll say, Steve Moore. Right now, you're getting in your head for yourself too much. Let's think about everybody right here. We're trying to play a game of trivia, and this is for everyone. Come on, man. You're sidetracking us, man. Yeah, you love the new look, Lex? Oh, thanks. Edmund, race mode. Check your WNBA fantasy team, man. You are playing again this year. Please play your team this year. Please. Good to see you, Edmund. Always good to see you, man. Yeah, Gilbert, real shooting guard Arenas. Yeah, he was supposed to be a point guard, wasn't he? He was playing one back then. He was 0 at 1. Yeah, but anyway, we're talking too much about Gilbert. That's the problem right here. It's nothing to do with Seymour. It's Gilbert. I'm telling you, y'all. All right, next question, guys. What rock song and band are played in the beginning of the fourth quarter when the Raptor comes out and pulls the flag through and it says, make some noise on the flag? What is the rock song and band that is usually played at that point at the beginning of the fourth quarter? That's right. Yeah, Edmund's saying, I thought you kicked me out. No, I didn't. I thought about it, but nobody else wanted to play. So I needed you to be in there as a team still. You have a pretty good team, but you did lose the first week. Yeah, Stargate saying, Seymour, chill out. Still being emotional. It ain't that serious. Yeah, seriously, I'm not mad at you, man. I love you, bro. I'm not mad at you. I don't want you to think that I'm anti-you or anything. I want you to have that wrench. You've been an original, and you're important, man. Seriously. Yeah, we love you, man. Love you, Edmund. Love you too, man. Jump Van Halen? That's not exactly right. They play that at the beginning of the game when they're about to jump the ball. I'm talking about like the period between the third quarter and the fourth quarter when the Raptor comes out and he gets in the middle underneath the flag and he pulls the flag underneath and it says, make some noise. There's a rock song. They play two different songs. They play a techno song, which I'm not looking for. I'm looking for the rock song that they would play at that point at the beginning right there. Yeah. A Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne? No, you guys are close. These are good guesses. Going the Distance, Rocky. No. You guys are going to get, when I tell you what it is, you're going to be, oh, yeah, that's right. So in some ways, you have to go to games to understand what the song is and what gets played when the Raptors underneath and when they go with the horn around that time, when it's like fourth quarter time. What is the song that they like to play in the arena? Almost every single time. The Raptors underneath the flag. He pulls the flag and it says, let's make some noise. And there's a song starting up and it gets you revved up. And I could do an impression of it. Man, Edmund, you would know this one. It's not Floyd. It kind of goes. No, it's not Black Eyed Peas. Let's get it started. No. It's a rock song. It's a rock band. And I just did a version of it. Pretty bad one, probably. It's like, yeah, man. I didn't think it'd be this hard. Okay, Kaz knows the song. He got the song. Now give me the band. It's Welcome to the Jungle. Guns N' Roses, baby. That's right. Kaz has got it. He probably got it from my singing. He's probably like, wait. I know this because this Lex is humming. I know Kaz went to the game this year with his family. Did you hear them play that at the game? Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the Jungle. That's right. Yeah, you know it, but you hate rock and roll. You don't. Yeah, you know the song. You can hear it in your head, Mo, can't you? Because you hear it all the time. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. Honey, you know the names. We are the people that you find wherever you may be. If you're the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. That's right. That's right. I wouldn't know the song name if my life depended on it. What are you talking about, Edmund? You know, Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses, my guy. We're in the same age bracket, right? That's right. That's right. Let's go. Kaz, Trucker Kaz. Good job. You got it from my humming? Awesome. I must not be that horrible. So in some ways, we did do a theme song humming question this week because Kaz got it from the humming. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you're not a big rock fan, so yeah. Guns N' Roses is important to me, man. I saw Guns N' Roses play at Scotiabank Arena. It was one of the most amazing concerts I've ever seen. It was around 2001. Buckethead was playing instead of Slash, which isn't as ideal as Slash playing, but Buckethead was there playing with the KFC bucket on his head. But yeah, it was pretty good, man. Fiercely saying, "Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, knees." I love that. I want to give Fiercely a dunk for just doing "Sha-na-na-na-na, knees," and I'm going to give a goodwill dunk to Seymour too. Because he's feeling. Listen, man, I'm your friend, man. I'm not against you, bro. I love you, man. Seriously, I'm against Gilbert. I hate that man so much, man. I hate Gilbert for messing things up with me and Seymour. I hate him even more now. Kaloy saying best rock song to get hyped on. Welcome to the Jungle. It's really good because it has that slow intro to it. Yeah. Fiercely saying we all hate Gilbert now. I know. I mean, Gilbert, just shut up, man. Just shut up. Go away, please. All right, this is an interesting question. This is a 4-answer question, so be ready to get some answers in. And listen, this is a free for all. Don't be shy. Write these answers in as fast as you can because people will get these, and you want to be one of them to get them. So don't be shy on this one. All right, listen, guys. The Scotiabank Arena has a special thing that they built recently. I don't know how long they've had it. I've become aware of it recently. This is something called the Scotiabank Arena Icons, and it honors performers who have helped establish the venue as a global entertainment destination through artist recognition. So currently, there are 6 inductees into the Scotiabank Arena Icons, and they have a section in a building that commemorates who these icons are. In the other worlds other than music, Russell Peters, local comedian, is one of the Scotiabank icons for his comedy and his shows that he's done at Scotiabank Arena. WWE is one of the Scotiabank Arena icons for their wrestling they put on at Scotiabank Arena since it's been open since the 30 years. So those are the 2 non-musical entities in the Scotiabank Arena icons list. These are artists that were associated with the building because they played huge shows there. And they did very, very well. One of these artists has played the most shows at the Scotiabank Arena since it's been open for 30 years. So I want to know, who are the 4 iconic Scotiabank musical icons that have been in that arena since the beginning? Let's go. Let's see what's going on. Stargate saying, my favorite song is Immigrant Song. I can't do that much. My voice is bad. All right, come on. All right, Fusey's already jumped on it. And how does she know? U2 is number 1 on the list. That's right. U2 is there, Fiercey. They are a Scotiabank icon. U2 out of Ireland. That's right. Madonna. She got another one right away. Fiercey knows Madonna's on this list too. Madonna is on this list. Drake is not on this list, guys. Drake is not. What? Isaac Campbell saying I'm on this list? Nah, I may be on the Mr. Sub Hall of Fame wall in the back of stand number 112, but I'm not in the musical icons Hall of Fame for the Scotiabank Arena. But I am in the Mr. Sub Hall of Fame. It's a little like decal in the corner. It's a sticker I just put on the wall. It's hidden behind the prep table, and I don't know if they found it yet. They might have took it away in the 20 years since I've worked there, so I don't know. Isaac, you're awesome. Kaz is saying Michael Bublé. No, it's not the Michael Bublé. Isn't he Canadian? He's a Canadian guy. It's not Michael Bublé. Yeah, it was published, so I guess she knows it. Oh, boom. Look at this. Randolph's coming in with the fire. He's got it right here. Is Madonna, U2, Russell Peters, the Tragically Hip, who I thought were the ones that played the most shows, because I'm telling you, when I worked at Scotiabank Arena, it seemed like the Hip played there every other week. I swear, I worked at least 30 Tragically Hip concerts from 1999 to 2004. At least 30, if not 50, something crazy like that. So the Hip are on there. Randolph's going to get that one. He's just ahead of you, Slug Deezy. I see you there. I see you there. And the band that has played the most concerts at the Scotiabank Arena ever in the 30 years is Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi has played the most concerts at Scotiabank since they opened that building. I bet you that Tragically Hip would be ahead of them if Gord hadn't passed away. So, yeah, that's the answer right there. Look at Randolph cleaning the house right there. Yeah. Bon Jovi. Bryan Adams is not right. No. So those are the four. It's U2, Madonna, Tragically Hip, and Bon Jovi are the four musical icons of Scotiabank Arena. If you go into a certain section of the arena, you will see the displays that commemorate this, with WWE and Russell Peters as the other two of the 6 inductees. I'm sure they're going to induct more down the road. Maybe Drake will get in someday. Maybe not. Maybe not. If he's off point on his, his announcing with Jack and Matt, I don't know if he'll get on that wall. All right, let's keep going, guys. Good job. I'm really impressed that y'all did this so well. There weren't a lot of wrong answers. Fiercey and Randolph just taking care of business right here. Slug, I see you too. All right, which current Raptor is a jammin' good drummer, guys? We had more proof that this guy is is a musical talent. And yeah, we have more proof of this recently. Fiercey's got it. It's Emmanuel Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly is a superb drummer. In fact, I want to see him drum more. That's right. IQ. That's right, Isaac Campbell. Good to see you, man. Good to see you with the initials. Not half-assing, but kind of. Come on now. Quickly. Yeah, it's Emmanuel. She wrote Wickley. It's all good. All right, we still got 4 more questions for today. Which musician or musical act performed at Toronto's 2016 All-Star Game halftime? Which musical act performed at halftime of our All-Star Game in 2016 here in Toronto? Drake is wrong. It is not Drake. Yeah, no, it's not Drake. Who was the halftime act? Sting. That's right. Slug Deezy remembers. It was weird that Sting was that act for that, because everybody's like, why the hell is Sting doing this? It's like, it's 2016. And like, it's this NBA All-Star weekend. Why we have Sting? And he's like, I dream of rain, LA, LA. He's like singing all his great songs. You know, I like Sting doing the halftime show, but I'm old. And a lot of the young people are like, why the hell is this guy doing this? Why is he doing this? No, it's not Julie Black. Yeah, it was Sting. And Randolph's got it too. You're just a little late. Make sure you're live, man. Yeah, Sting is musical royalty. And the work that he's done with Shaggy in recent years, in fact, they're putting out another album together very soon. It's really interesting, their collaboration. And they're really like birds of a feather. Sting and Shaggy, they tour together and they hang out all the time. It's almost like Shaggy like bought the house next to Sting all of a sudden. He's like, hey, Sting, yeah, I'm going to come over and have breakfast with you. All right, yeah, come on in. And they like hang out all the time. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's right. Put some respect on his name, youngsters. That's right, Gordon Sumner. That's right. Put some respect on old Sting. I love Sting. I love the Police. And his solo work in the 80s is amazing. Like Desert Rose is such a good song. And if you love somebody, if you love someone, yeah, set them free, set them free. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Smith saying he's from the Police, right? That's right. Don't stand so close to me. Yeah, Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light, cause there's no other. You don't have to say your body to the night. Roxanne. Man, I can't do it like Eddie in 48 hours. I'm sorry. I can't do it like Eddie, man. I'm trying to hit these notes today, man. Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Yeah. Oh, can't you see? It's a really messed up song if you listen to it, honestly. All right, this is the song. This is the question that I think y'all may have problems with today. Seriously, this is the one I think y'all will have problems with. So let's see if somebody can get this. And I need some younger people that really know music right now to help out with some of these last questions. because we are kind of going away from the Sting era of music to the more current era of music. So I'm gonna need some help here. All right, so this is the question. What Knicks super fan, well, he's not a super fan, but he's a Knicks fan, and he's currently cheering on the Knicks in the playoffs on his social media, wearing jerseys and talking about the Knicks this, Knicks that. He wrote a song in a lyric recently in the last 5 years that goes, "Sleeping on me like Fred VanVleet." Who wrote a song that says sleeping, has a lyric in it that says "sleeping on me like Fred VanVleet" is in his lyric. Yeah, and he's a huge Knicks fan. He wears Knicks jerseys and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a tough one. Spike Lee, do the right thing. Yeah, yeah. This is kind of like what was going on in the bottom of Scotiabank Arena with Brendan Shanahan. He's like Sal, and Masai Ujiri came in there and he was Mookie. He's like, "Hey Sal, why can't we have any black people up here on the wall here?" He's like, "Oh, it's because I'm Italian. And I put Italian people in my pizzeria. You buy a pizzeria, Mookie. You put whoever you want on the wall. Hey, Sal, you should have some black people on the wall here, Brandon Shanahan. What's going on here with Sal's Pizzeria in the bottom part of the Scotiabank Arena recently? For the last few years, apparently. Brendan Shanahan doing his Danny Aiello with his bullshit. That's right. That's right. You brought up Spike Lee. Isaac, I'm going to make that joke because I think that's apropos to the whole narrative of do the right thing. And then also what was happening with Brandon Shanahan in the pictures in the downstairs of the Scotiabank Arena. That's right. That's right. Fat Joe is not right. It's not Fat Joe. Ben Stiller? That's hilarious. Maybe Ben Stiller, when he did his old show, may have done like a parody of this guy. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. 50 Cent? No, this guy is not very well known. In some ways, y'all, I'm really worried you won't get this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some clues to their name, and hopefully we can make it get there. All right. So his first name is the first name of the Godfather. So if you figure that out, the first name of the Godfather is his first name. There, we can get there. 50 Cent, Bad Bunny is not right. His first name is the first name of the Godfather. And then his last name is the second part of the elective that's called Arts and there. Yeah, that'll get you right there. Benny Blanco's not right. Lil Baby's not right. So his first name is the real name of the Godfather. And his last name is a subject in school that's called Arts and that is his last name. So if you know that, you'll figure it out. That's about as good as I can get for that. And if you don't know who this artist is, he's fantastic. He's honestly one of my favorite hip hop people in the last few years. Al Kraft. That's close. The last name is right, Edmund, but you need to go to the real name of the Godfather. The real name, not the Al Capone. I'm talking about the Godfather, my guy. Yeah, Vito Kraft. That's getting closer. Kaz is getting there. Marlon Kraft. Stargate got it. Is Marlon Kraft is the artist that wrote the lyric "Sleeping on Me" like Fred VanVleet. And I think y'all are sleeping on him like Fred VanVleet because y'all don't know who he is. So y'all maybe need to go listen to some Marlon Kraft because he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's a very intelligent rapper he honestly is not afraid to rap about the current political situations and put his statements out about politics and stuff like that. He's really crazy. You have no idea who Marlon Kraft is. Yeah, never heard of him. Yeah, Marlon Brando is the actor who played the Godfather, and Arts and Crafts was this subject in school. So Marlon Kraft, that's right. Yeah. Got to go, fam. Fun trivia. All right, Fiercey, we only got 2 more questions. I need you for this last one. Fiercey, right now. Don't go right now. What 2 singers who collaborated on Treat You Better are huge Raptors fans and Canadians that you can see sitting at courtside all the time? Two answers, 50 points each. Who are the 2 singers that sing Treat You Better that are huge Raptors fans and that sit on there? Yeah. Yeah, Kaz is saying, I do know Marlon Kraft. He's an underrated rapper. He's very good. He's very, very good. Yeah, yeah. Would never. Wayne Strainer. Good to see you, man. Never heard of him. All right. Who sings Treat You Better? Shawn Mendes is one of them. That's right. He's a Raptors super fan. He comes to the games and sits at courtside. And who is the other person that sings on that song with him, Slugged Easy? Another Canadian musical artist. This is the one I thought Fiercey would jump on right away, but she walked out right when this question came up. Feifei Dobson? No, that's not right. That's not right. Yeah, it's a female artist that sings on Treat You Better with Shawn Mendes. Alicia Cara. There, she is still here to pick up the Alicia Cara. I knew she would. Thank you, Fiercey, for helping me with that. So it's Alicia Cara and Shawn Mendes, Raptors fans who sit at courtside. They're Canadians and big Raptors fans. There you go. I love that. Cabela? No, that's not right. That's not right. Good guess, though. Last question of the week, guys. Last question of the week. You guys enjoyed Raptors music trivia. Who sings the Raptors' current entrance song when the Raptors come out from the dressing room after they prayed in the wings? They run out. Scotty leads the team out, and Chris comes out last. What is the artist that sings the song that is playing when they run out? Yeah. Stargate saying, God, I'm old. Yeah. Cardinal Official is not right. It's not right. Who sings that song when they run out in the very beginning of the game, early in the game, at the games? You know, Chaclair? No. Do you know what the song is? You know how it goes. Monique knows. She knows how it goes. But who is the artist? They're from Atlanta, which is interesting. I was pretty sure they were from Atlanta. But yeah, the artist is from Atlanta. They're not Canadian. But the song that the Raptors is current entrance song they had this year, it may change it. They may change it next year. They change it all the time, right? The entrance song, the song that they play when they come out. Migos is not right. It's not Migos. This artist isn't as current. I would say that T.I.'s right. Stargate got it. It's T.I. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Yeah, he sings that song. That's the song. Bring them out. Stargate, you got the last answer. It's T.I. T.I. is the right answer. There you go, guys. There's today's musical related Raptors trivia. There you go. Three amigos, three Migos, three tenors, Canadian tenors. Oh, Canada. Well, yeah, they kicked it ass. They made Steve Kerr cry. There you go. All right, good job getting all the trivia today. We've got lots of different people's names on the list. So we had a diverse group that got answers. Good job. I'm proud of you guys. You moved through pretty good. I guess I need to do the clue for Marlon Craft a little tougher there. That was the toughest question right there. But yeah, good job, guys. All right, let's keep moving with stuff. I'm glad we were able to complete the trivia without losing the internet connection. So, all right, let's do the refs for tonight first. All right, we got referees because we got a game 4 of New York and Indiana. And we got John Goebel as the crew chief. He favors the Pacers. And we've got David Guthrie as the referee. He favors the Pacers. And Courtney Kirkland is the umpire. He favors the Pacers. So all three refs favor the Pacers in Indiana in this game, game 4, 2-1 for Indiana. So, yeah, that's what's going on right now. Yeah, there you go. Boom. T.I. and Ludacris are the only Atlanta rappers I know, and Outkast. There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot, Stargate. Like one of them owns partly the what's the guy who owns part of the College Park Skyhawks? I always forget. He goes to games. He's sitting there all the time. I forget his name. I get them all confused, different guys, because sometimes their names are similar. But there's one guy that actually is like a part owner of the Skyhawks, and he just hangs out at all the games all the time. It's a huge rap star. My brother, my niece and nephew go to school with some of these rappers' kids. Seriously, in Atlanta. Like I forget which like he was telling me, oh yeah, this guy's kid is at their school, and we see him sometimes coming to get the kids. I'm like, whoa. It was like somebody like Ludacris or something like that. It was crazy. It was like weird, man. But yeah, there's your refs for tonight. Let's do the straight goods on Canadian goods. Yeah, we're watching the NBA playoffs, and we've seen Chuck Barkley a lot. Charles Barkley, and he's talking a lot, and we love Charles, and he's very fair to Pascal and our Canadians that are playing. So why don't we celebrate Chuck by going to Chuck's Roadhouse Bar and Grill? Chuck's is proudly Canadian. Chuck's is a couple of different locations all over. They're really, really like proud of their Canadian-ness. So yeah, Chuck's Roadhouse is a good Canadian brand, a good steakhouse, a good bar and grill that you guys could go and check out. Chuck's Roadhouse, and I'm doing it in honor of Charles Barkley in some ways today. So Chuck's Roadhouse, Canadian brand, straight goods on Canadian goods. If you have a Chuck's Roadhouse near you, have no fear. Eat there, and you will be supporting Canada. There you go. CeeLo Green. Oh, 2 Chainz. That's who it is. Kaz is right. 2 Chainz owns the College Park Skyhawks, and he is the one who's always sitting at half court. And I'm like, man, if you want more people to come to the game, why don't you start doing halftime concerts? You might get like a huge sellout. You might get crowds like 905 College Park. You might. I'm not saying you will for sure. If you had your part owner actually start performing at the games, I don't know. He probably cheapened himself if he did that, and it probably would hurt his musical career. So he won't do it. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I would say that. Like, dude, seriously, you want to get your franchise out of the mud? Well, do like a special one game this season where, like, you know, 2 Chainz is going to do a halftime performance at College Park Skyhawks game against the Capital City Go-Go or something like that. You know, Why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't you do that, bro? Seriously, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Anyway, let's keep going with the tabs for today. Let's see. I got Instagram stories. The fallout from the Toronto Tempo live event this weekend continues. It was a man, what a successful event. It just seems like it was so good. So many smiles and so much going on down there. So much to do in Toronto this weekend. And a lot of people decided to go to Stacked and spend time with Teresa Resch and the Toronto Tempo crew down there. And that's awesome, man. Their setup looked like it was really good down there. And just so many smiles and so many good times there in all kinds of ways. So they're still having the aftermath and the glow from a fantastic inaugural Toronto Tempo event from before they're going to play. Savannah Hamilton's still running around in Egypt. She's at a museum with some great artifacts and stuff. She's getting back to the olden days as far as checking out history and life and stuff like that in Egypt. So yeah, she's in Alexandria. She's moved from Cairo to Alexandria. And man, what a fantastic vacation Savannah's having right now. I can tell. Eugenio Moroy is in the gym putting in work, and his shot's looking good. It's good to see Gene back at it for the offseason, working hard. Lloyd is celebrating the win last night for Oklahoma City. One more till the finals is what he's saying right now. It's fantastic. Vin Bagnani is celebrating his daughter's birthday, who's going to be 15 soon, and time's just flying by. Jacoby Walter is putting on blast an artist called Boof Pak Mookie or something. There's some video he put on blast on his Instagram stories. Coach Andrew Jones is not taking an off season. He's too busy coaching his daughter right now. In some ways, he should be off right now, but he is going intense with his daughter Ava right now and putting her through the ropes. And well, he's got a post out here. Let's talk coaching. Any questions for Andrew Jones, coach of the Raptors 905? You can send them to him through his Instagram stories. He wants to answer your questions. He got lots of great questions. Keep them coming. I'll answer what I can in a post. Stay tuned. There you go. Andrew Jones interacting with the public and the fans on answering questions about basketball coaching. And there is his daughter doing this, the drills out in the yard. This is crazy, man. He's really putting her through stuff and teaching her right. Telling you, man, she's going through it right now. Yeah, Jamal Shed is working out too. He's in his off season. He's working on his vertical leap. He's working on the heavy ball. He's doing all kinds of stuff. You can tell the off season's full effect for him, man. He is working hard. Slow count is what he's all about right now. The slow count and the all kinds of stuff. Jamal, put that work in, man. We want to see that work come to fruition next year and an increased level of play. As one of our point guards, you're going to be badass, Jamal. I believe in you, man. And I know you've got the right goods to be a long-time NBA player. And I'm going to be happy if you're a Raptor for a very long time, sir. That's what I'm looking for. Eric Smith putting on blast more he has a big cause that he cares about. It's hydrocephalitis, which is a brain issue. And they found out that Billy Joel is suffering from it to an extent, and he's bringing up awareness of that that condition that people deal with. He's very publicly supports charity for this, and he does an auction every year for this. So yeah, hydrocephalus is and it's in education awareness is important, and I want to push that further in my avenue here on my channel a little bit for awareness of this. That's right, yeah. So yeah, very interesting. Jonas Valanciunas is in a picture with CJ McCollum, and there's a rumor out right now that Jonas is thinking about walking away from the $10 million he's owed by the Sacramento Kings and going to EuroLeague and playing there this year. That Valanciunas is thinking about ending his NBA career and going to start another career in basketball in Europe starting this year. I wouldn't blame you, bro. The way that the election went last year, Jonas, if you want to go back to Europe, man, go ahead. It is $10 million, though, on the table. If you walk away, you don't get that. So it's like, can you do the last year of your contract and play with the Kings still? I guess maybe you're waiting to see what DeMar does. Seriously. Because in some ways, DeMar DeRozan, what happens with him may matter. There is a list of the top free agents put out by Kevin Pelton on ESPN that I looked at. LeBron's at the top of the list, but there's some Raptors on that list and who are former Raptors. Fred VanVleet is number 5 on the list. So Fred is considered the 5th top free agent this summer. Once again, he's a top free agent in the top 5 behind guys like LeBron, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, You know, he's in that same group with those 5 guys as the 5 most important free agents this summer. Fred, Fred VanVleet, guys, and he earned it. He absolutely belongs there. Other names on the list: Gary Trent Jr. is on there. Chris Boucher was on there at 22. He's the 22nd most important free agent this summer, according to Kevin Pelleton. Is bullshit. But he did note on there that Chris Boucher is very comfortable and happy in Toronto. In the note that he talked about with him talking about his free agency this summer. So kind of interesting stuff there. Leo Routens has done something with Jamal McGlure recently. They did an interview or something, some sort of event, and he's putting Jamal on blast. Of course, it was McGlure's birthday last week. And yeah, cool to see Leo and Jamal hanging out. Jameson Battles on the links, hitting the little small ball around on the greens. So Jameson's out golfing, and Norman Powell's still feeling the love from his birthday this Sunday. And he's all about all the love from that. There you go. There's your Instagram stories for today. Interesting stuff going on around the world of the Raptors, the NBA and WNBA and Toronto Tempo. Boom goes the dynamite. There we go. Let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat. Let's see here. Wayne's saying, morning, Raptor Freaks. Whoever said Anthony Edwards was uninterested last night is wrong. He was triple teamed on every possession, and Dort basically locked him down last night. Randall struggled too. So you're saying it's not that he was uninterested. He was frustrated because of the torture chamber, because he had entered the torture chamber. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. I mean, I don't know. I would say, I don't know, because I didn't see the game. And in some ways, it's like, look, I could see, this is the thing. All right, the score was what? They lost by 2, right? They lost by 2. So this game was close right up until the end. This is not a blowout. It's not like some of these games in the playoffs have been absolute blowouts, like one of the games in this playoff against the Timberwolves and the Thunder. That doesn't track then, because look, if he's all right, is what in some ways I'm trying to figure out the truth, but in some ways I don't care totally, because it's probably somewhere in the middle. Anthony Edwards may have been frustrated at a certain point and kind of gave up. Was there any energy of that? Or it was just that, he was stifled, and that's why it kind of seemed like that. Because in some ways, the people will look at the game and they'll see the end of it, and they'll see how close they were. And they're like, well, why didn't Edwards take over and just try and win the game at the end? I don't know. I can't totally opine on this in a knowledgeable way because I did not watch the game last night. But, I don't know. I'll rescind the thing that Stargate's saying he looked uninterested, but Wayne's saying that he was just maybe frustrated from having to play against Dort. I mean, I don't know. It's probably somewhere in between the two of them. Either way, I still stand on this take that Anthony Edwards should not be the face of the NBA. I'll stand on that at least, not knowing totally the truth. Randolph saying, beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative gang, bless. Out of the heart proceeds all the issues of life. So cultivate a good heart by subduing wickedness and evil through love. Awesome. Thank you, Randolph. I appreciate your words of wisdom today. That's right, man. Go with love. Don't go with hate. Perpetuate what you want to see more in your life. I love that, man. Blessings to the Phillips family, all the Raptor Freak families, man. Yeah. Stargate saying, I said it, Wayne. So I guess I'm wrong then. He was definitely putting in the utmost effort, just got totally overwhelmed by the stellar OKC defense schemes thrown at him, I guess. At least Randall looked like he was at least trying and interested in the game. In some ways, we can try and read body language, and sometimes it's very accurate, and they could be lying. But also at the same time, sometimes, fatigue can lend to sending the wrong messages. I don't know. I'm trying to be fair here. I can't really opine on this correctly and adjudicate since I didn't really see it. So I can't say for sure. Let's see. Carlo is saying that watching OKC in Minnesota last night, there seems to be a fundamental difference with OKC's fundamentals. This team defends and rebounds disciplined almost at all times. Amazing to see this from a young team. Yeah, Dagnall's been a very good coach for them. He has built this in a very good way, and they're about to succeed. I really do believe that. I think that their record was no joke this year, and that they are carrying this into the playoffs and the tests of the playoffs against teams like Denver and Minnesota, and they're being very successful, and they're destined to win the championship. As much as I'd love to see the Pacers win, I really do think the Thunder are going to win this all. I really, really do. Man, that'll be awesome. Stargate saying there's a very small rumor that DeMar might want to come back here. Don't see it happening, though. Yeah, I don't see it either. I don't see it. I mean, we're healed. He's healed. And in some ways, it's fine. Him and Masai are cool. But they've also been both on record saying that they only want to come back here if the other one's going to be here. And both of them stand on that. So it's like if DeMar's coming, Kyle has to be here too, because it's not right to be here. It'd be sad, honestly, if DeMar came back here without Kyle, and it wouldn't be the right feel. Because a whole time, pretty much when he was here, Kyle was here with him for a long time. And, it might just be sad and weird to come back and be back in Toronto without Lowry. So I don't see it. And we know Lowry's already committed to being on Philadelphia next year. So I don't see this. I don't see this because the stipulation is Lowry, for me to be in Toronto and to make it feel right, Lowry has to be by my side. And that's not happening. That's not happening. Most saying congratulations to Ken Birch on becoming a EuroLeague champion. Not only Ken Birch, but congratulations to former GM, assistant GM of the Raptors, Maurizio Garardini, who was the GM of the team that won with Kem. And you know what? This is fantastic. Actually, I was going to do this on Wow Wednesday tomorrow. But I got to talk about this more tomorrow for Wow Wednesday. Ken Birch, European League champion, which I love. I won't put Ken Birch's face on the Raptor Freak channel for tomorrow. So yeah, because I'll go into more depth then. Kaloy saying, I hope the Raps establish the same fundamentals as them. Well, the signs are there. I mean, the thing is, it's like Dagnall has a system and they really are disciplined about following him and listening to him. This is something that's important. You know, Brandon Ingram brought this up when he came from New Orleans. It's nice to be somewhere where the players listen to coach and are actually trying. He basically said that when he first arrived in Toronto. It's kind of like it's nice to see guys that care and are actually together with the coach and they're actually trying. So Oklahoma City has that kind of vibe going. We do too. And it's a buy-in of Darko's system and what he's trying to build and trusting him. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. In some ways, like things have fallen apart in New Orleans the last couple of years because there's some team leaders on that team that don't take the league seriously, Zion. And that sets the tone for everything. And Brandon being in New Orleans for the last few years, and you can't look at what he's done there because he's not been in a healthy environment. And him coming here in a healthy environment, well, he's set up to succeed and really flourish because he's that kind of guy. In some ways, he hasn't been in a good environment in the NBA yet. You can think about Brandon's early years in LA and the sideshow circus that LeBron is, and just kind of like, you know, he didn't really get things right. We know how LA is with development. And then he went to New Orleans, which is kind of a mess of a franchise. Let's just put it that way. And the whole time he was there was maybe some glimmers of success and they were building towards something, but it would all be for naught. And it would just go away, whether it was an injury to a key player or just weird trades or all kinds of different stuff going on with New Orleans. They didn't really know what they're doing down there. In some ways, that's why they hired Joe Dumars. And, you know, Brandon said coming in, it's like these guys know what they're doing. They're listening to their coach. They're all for one for all. I like this. This is the kind of environment I want to be in. It's basically how he's feeling. So I say that that's the kind of thing that's going on. If we share that with Oklahoma City, that's a good thing, and we're on the right path. That's right, Kaloy. That's right. Trevor saying OKC defense will frustrate the hell out of hands everywhere to steal the ball. Yeah. You know, and some of it does make me understand why they had so many votes for all defensive teams. There were like 6 different Thunder that were on the list that got votes for all defense. And that's outstanding. I mean, that's all from one team. That's crazy. You know, it's like Cason Wallace, Lou Dort, SGA, Jalen Williams, Chet, Isaiah. They all got votes for all defense. And, you know, that's one team that got like 5 or 6 different guys that got votes. That's crazy. Wayne saying, regarding the game, OKC's defense is relentless. Randall looked lackadaisical, but they were basically under stress all game. Edwards was frustrated by being guarded by 4 dudes. Both teams shot well. It's a fantastic game, close game, high-scoring game. Came down to 2 points. Fantastic stuff. SGA, 40 points. He's the MVP. That's it right there. Boom goes the dynamite. And now they're very poised to close this thing out, going back to Oklahoma City for Game 5 tomorrow night. So, yeah, this will be very interesting to see, man. I think that they're going to get there, and it's going to be dunsies for Minnesota Timberwolves. You guys were commenting in the Discord server last night about them booing SGA. Why are they booing him so much? I guess this narrative of free throw merchants got out of control so that the opposing team, the Timberwolves fans, feel like they got to boo him every time he gets fouled and goes to the line because they think he's a merchant, a free throw merchant. Oh, man. that hate, he feeds off of it. You go ahead and boo him every time he goes to the line, while he silently kills you, while he's all on the court, just doing what he does. You go ahead, Minnesota fans. In some ways, you're feeding him by giving him those boos. It didn't help, did it? He got 40 and a 1 rebound away from a triple-double. So you go ahead and boo him. If you get a chance to see him again this year, you go ahead and boo him in Game 6. But I don't think you will get a chance to boo him, Minnesota fans, with your booing. It's so stupid. If they're booing, because you guys were asking, why are they booing him? I think it is because his free throw merchant narrative, this bullshit. It's absolute bullshit because you saw the booing was around the free throws, right? It was around the free throws. They think, oh, he's getting too many free throws. Monique is saying, cut off here. W stream, W vibes. Go Raptors for life. Keep at it always, Lex. Raptor Freak Crew strong forever. Just helping me limit the comments. I appreciate that, Mo. Thank you, producer Mo. And y'all, once again, I'll remind you, June the 7th, NBA Restaurant, 5:30 p.m. Be there at B Square. It's Monique's birthday. We're going to be down at the NBA Restaurant enjoying our time and having a good blast and just having the company of seeing everybody again. And I love it. I love it. I hope you're coming, Kareem. I do. Damn, I missed the trivia. I would have done well with the music. Was one of the answers Master P? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It could have been, though. It could have been, but I didn't go there. You're going to have to go back and watch and see how well you would have done. Maybe you would have answered before some of the people. And you're like, damn, I would have got that one. Damn, I would have got that one. Monique's saying, hey, Kareem, can you confirm now that you're coming on June 7th to NBA Restaurant? You're on the list. There you go. I like that. I like that. Wayne's saying tonight's game is Pacers must win. Ultimately, unlikely the Knicks win 2 straight, but if they do in next game at MSG, I don't think the Pacers want that level of work. Imperative to win at home tonight. Exactly right. Exactly right. The refs are on their side. They are at home. They got a wake-up call last game. And in some ways, yeah, they need to get back to it because this is so true. If New York can win these games on the other flip, the series flips back to their favor, and it looks way better for the Knicks. So, yeah, you're exactly right, Wayne. They have to win. This is a must-win for the Pacers and a must-win for the Knicks. Well, something's going to have to give. That's right. The Pacers need to put away the Knicks. That's right, guys. Stargate's saying, to me, Chet is the key to this Oklahoma City team being successful. He needs to play defense and rebound. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a deterrent for people that are trying to come at the basket if he's on the right side of the basket and with his long-ass arms. Oh, yeah. He can be a deterrent. He can have a Wemby effect to a degree because his length is a little bit longer than people expect. A little bit longer than people expect. That's right. Trevor's saying that Caitlin Clark is out for 2 weeks with an injury. This is unfortunate. Since she's such the media darling and the epicenter of the attention for the WNBA in some ways, this is not good in some ways. But hopefully she'll heal up and she'll be back sooner than ever. And whoever's got them on their fantasy team, I'm sorry. I think that's actually you, Edmund. Did you know this, Race Mode Daily, that you have Caitlin Clark on your WNBA fantasy team? You need to go manage your team and get her out because she's hurt. She's hurt for 2 weeks. So you better go get her out of your team. Kareem's saying, hey, Monique, I'll let you know in a few days. Might have to do the cottage. Go to the cottage, but definitely keep you informed. I hope you make it, man. Seriously, because I will bring the autographed Doug Smith book that you're owed for a while now. I've been trying to give this book to you for a year now, I think. So I do want to try and give you this book if you're going to show up. Kareem's saying, even if Anthony Edwards wanted to be the face of the league, he can throw that dream away. He scored 6 more points than me, and I didn't even play. He scored 16, though. That's where I got confused. You're saying he scored 6 more points than you. You scored 10 points in the game? I don't know. That's why I was thinking he scored 6 points because Kareem was saying that, but I think he scored 16 in the game, actually. I don't know. I may be wrong. All right, we're doing 3 classic cards today because we got cut off early and 2 days in a row. So we're going to do the one for Sunday, the one for Monday, and the one for today right now. So here we go. Here's the first classic card. Get ready. Full name answer. Full name answer. Who is this classic card player? This is classic. This is tough. This is old school Heat. And this is not easy. I think we've had this player before on the classic card, but we'll see if you guys remember him once again. And I will give a clue if you guys are having a hard time. So, yeah, let's see if you guys can figure out the classic card of the day right here. Boom goes the dynamite. Smooth nose is Bimbo Coles. That's exactly right. Bimbo Coles is the answer for today. It's 150 on that one. That's a hard card to me in some ways. So, Bimbo Coles is going to be Smooth Brown Man. And honestly, you just broke Slug's streak. He had a 4-game win streak just now. So now we got to see if you can build on your streak here, Smooth, of getting the first classic card of 3 in a row. Let's see. All right, boom. I'm going to try and get them from different parts of the box so that we don't have a similar card on each one. Okay, I hate these cards because they have the name on the side, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, yeah, this is fun. We'll do this guy. All right, let me see. I don't even know how to hold it when it's like this because I have to hold it two ways. All right, who is this, guys? I don't even know if you can see him. My fingers are in the way. Who is that? Oh my gosh, this is such a mess. Who is that, guys? Full name answer, please. Charlotte Hornets 8. Yeah, Ahmad Rashad's on it. There you go. Yeah, David can't make it. Like Lex lives in Ottawa. Oh, David's in Ottawa right now. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Bismack Biombo's right. Your autocorrect messed you up, Kareem. It is Bismack, former Raptor legend. Bismack Biombo, 1-year legend. We'll give it a slugged easy. And yeah, Bizarre Miombo. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know that you meant to put that in there, man. That autocorrect, man. It's wrong, man. It is wrong to you. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a slug. Slug, it's 100 points there. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yep. It's the autocorrect, man. I know, man. I don't know. How do you disable it? Honestly, I'm wondering, can you disable autocorrect? Seriously. They think that they're helping us with AI and autocorrect. They're not. They're not. This is not helping us. Trust me. AI and this kind of stuff is not going to help people. Trust me. All right. So this is who got that? Slugged Easy got that one. That's right. Slugged Easy. This one's kind of easy though. I'm going to give 100 for this one for Bismack. I love that. Bismack Biombo, one of the cards today. All right. Last card. The third card for today. Let's see who we get from this end of the box. Oh, fun. This may be hard because the card isn't very good, easy to see. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Let's see. You want to dunk for Kareem? I'll do that. I'll do that after this. Autocorrect dunk. All right, who's this, guys? The last classic card is classic. Who is that? It's a classic Skybox card. So that's vintage 1990. If I flip the card, you'll get it right away. But yeah, who is that on there? It's kind of a profile, and in some ways, it's kind of hard to see. Let's take some guesses here on what classic player this is on the classic card. Steve Kerr is a good guess. Steve Kerr, I don't know if he ever played for the Trailblazers. Isaac knows that that's the president of the Utah Jazz. Danny Ainge. There you go. Former Blue Jay Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge was drafted to the Blue Jays and actually played for the Toronto Blue Jays for a little while. Yeah, so Isaac Campbell's going to run in and get it. Yeah, that is a Portland card, and it's Danny Ainge on Skybox. Yeah, Danny Ainge on the card. So, and that's about 100 too. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to give Isaac 150 on that one. So Isaac Campbell getting in it. We got 3 different classic card people getting it. I love to see Isaac Campbell in the chat. He's always a great addition to fun on the Raptor Freak channel. So Isaac, thank you for coming in and joining us today and participating. That's right. Boom goes a dynamite. 150 for Isaac on Danny Ainge from the profile. There you go. Maybe Isaac Campbell has that Skybox card. That may be why he knows it. Seriously, sometimes Isaac gets these cards because he actually owns them and he has them at his house. John Starks. Trevor, you got New York on your mind, huh? You got New York on your mind. All right, there you go. There's the classic cards for today. Good stuff there. All right, let's keep moving. We don't know if they'll cut me off at any moment, so we got to keep moving here. Wayne saying playoffs are showcasing that when the ball is thrown to the side for a three-point shot, the shot has to be made. These games have most players, mostly unknown to us, making those shots consistently. Yeah, I mean, this is basically what basketball is. People that make the more shots, shoot better, usually win, right? But that's not always the case. There's other ways to get to the win, even if you don't shoot better than the other team. But you have to be doing a lot of other things right in other departments to do that. You know, the other night when I didn't really get to talk about this properly. The other night when the Pacers lost to the Knicks, a huge part was that they were not hitting threes and they were lackadaisical in that department. And in some ways, they didn't have good 3-point shooting in that loss. Well, if they shoot well, they should be fine and they should beat New York. But yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, the Knicks started shooting better by the end of that game, and the Pacers just field goal percentage dropped from 50%. And that's when the Knicks caught up. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think Mitchell Robinson is very key in this series also. It's very, very key. ESPN ranked the 4 possible outcomes for the finals, and they sully the Thunder, man. They really don't like putting the Thunder on blast. They think that the Thunder-Indiana matchup is the 3rd worst matchup, and they're putting all this other stuff in here like If it's Tyrese versus Minnesota, it'll be USA versus USA, Tyrese versus Anthony Edwards. What about the great matchup if it's the Thunder and the Pacers of Lou Dort, SGA versus Ben Mathurin and Andrew Nembhard? Oh, wait a second. You can't look at it from a Canadian-centric viewpoint. So instead, Kevin Pelton's going to rank the best possible outcomes for the finals on ESPN as, Knicks versus Minnesota, because it'll show who won the trade. Garbage takes. ESPN. Go on there and you'll find them. That's right. Trevor's saying they did we crowd Ant-Man too soon in the face of the NBA. They did. They crowned him too early. They've tried to. Problem is the NBA wants to force who they can market on everybody, and it's just not natural. So these guys have to naturally be marketable people that are good personalities and the right thing, and they have to come along naturally. If you try and preemptively ordain somebody while they're coming up, even in college or high school, and you're like looking at somebody ahead, well, Ben Simmons is looking so good in Australia. We should make him a star in the league. Let's start marketing him as soon as he comes in the league in all kinds of ways. He's just an interesting guy. He's so big and he plays like a point guard. He's going to be so good in this league. Yeah, let's start pushing Ben Simmons as a face of this league. Okay, how did that go? Yeah, it went into a disaster. That's what I'm saying. You guys can't preordain this. You have to figure out who the face of the league is because they earned it and they played on the court and they achieved MVPs and championships and all-stars and were leading scorers and they won and all this kind of stuff. You can't just give people, guys, the titles and say, you're a face of the league, Jason Tatum. They did that to him for a long, long time, and that was a heavy burden that he had not earned yet. But he earned it. He earned it to be a face of the league. But for a long, long time, Jason Tatum did not deserve all the pushing that he did. They put on him in marketing, partly just because he's a Celtics main star. That's why he got marketed like that. But in some ways, he could have been a flop. He could have been somebody who's like not a good pro and it looks stupid that he's a face of the league. But alas, he lived true to the promise. Joel Embiid, they could try and make him a face of the league, but he's a big bum. And in some ways, he's an embarrassment. And, they marketed the hell out of him. They've picked some really bad people to push around this league. They need to start picking the winners, the guys who do it right, and stop worrying about whether they're American or whether they're on a team that they care about. They need to start pushing people like SGA. Because seriously, you guys can try and manufacture more and more stars in the future like you did Zion Williamson and Ben Simmons, and you go flat on your face, and it's part of the reason why the NBA is a joke and it looks stupid in some ways. So stop being false in what you're doing, Adam Silver. Be true to what is happening is what I'm saying right here. Be true to what is happening. That's right. Stargate's saying they're going to do the same thing with Cooper Flag. Oh, yeah. And he may not earn it, and he may never loftily hit the goals that he should because there's way too much pressure. We talked about Andrea Bargnani in the last week or so with stunted growth. And the high responsibility and pressure of being a number one pick in the draft is a whole other level of expectation. And God forbid Cooper Flag is not as good as people think he is going to be, and he looks like a flop at number one. Some people say, you're crazy, Lex. There's no way. He's a sure thing. He's a generational player. I don't buy all that bullshit. That's just a bunch of words. That don't mean nothing until he gets in between the lines and he plays a 48-minute NBA game. So it's all bullshit until we see the truth. And y'all be careful about preordaining people. You're going to try and do this with Cooper Flag? Well, you better make sure before you go too far down the road with your designs for advertising and who should be in the face of the league and stuff like that. They're going to try and do this. You're damn right. They're going to try and do this with Cooper all over the place. They're going to do this. You're exactly right. Boom goes the dynamite. Kareem saying, I hope when OKC wins, SGA and company will be waving the Canadian flag all over the court. Now, I don't think that'll happen, but there'll be the nods to their Canadian citizenship. They'll be, we'll celebrate on this channel. I'm really happy that it's very likely that when the champion is crowned, we'll have a Canadian to celebrate with. As far as things, as long as the Knicks get put out, the other three teams all have Canadians that we can get behind and celebrate and really focus on them being NBA champions, like we did Jamal Murray and Andrew Wiggins in recent years. So that'll be the focus when the champion finally happens. and the season will be over for our trivia also. So we're kind of in the playoffs of the trivia also, kind of, because when the NBA season is over, we will crown a new champion of our Raptor Freak Trivia, and it's looking like Smooth right now. Smooth is going to probably be the name added to the trophy back here. That's right. That's right. Let's see what else y'all are saying in here. SGA saying, I hope. Kaloy saying, I hope SGA gets a parade here if they win a chip. I don't think he'll get not a parade. He won't get a parade in Toronto, but I'll bet you he'll bring that cup back to Hamilton. It's very clear he's from Hamilton at this point. I think that Inbound has cleared this up. He says it out of his own voice. Hi, I'm Shea Gilgeous-Alexander from Hamilton. Like, everybody's trying to claim SGA for Toronto. I think he's made it clear. You know, he has ties to Toronto. Obviously, Toronto is very close to Hamilton. Is in some ways a part of the greater Toronto area. But he's Hamilton. I mean, that's where the mural for him is. So when they win the championship, which I believe they will, he's going to bring that Larry O'Brien back to Hamilton. And he's going to stand around outside with a bunch of kids in Hamilton, probably. He may bring it to Toronto too, though. He may bring it to Toronto too. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure he's going to win it, though. That's right. Wayne's saying, I'm sympathetic to ESPN, but not sorry. OKC has a solid base of players with good fundamentals. They have lost. Now they're winning. Yeah. I mean, look, I get it. Oklahoma City is out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the country. It's not like it's the most fancy, attractive. Woo, it's not the Miami Heat. Or I get it. But you know what? They're going to probably be the champions. In the NBA, you do better not to sully them or poo-poo them or say, oh, it's a small market. Who cares? Ignore them. You know, that's part of the reason why your product has gone downhill is because you treat some of the 30 teams as second-class citizens. So if you're going to look down on certain teams in the league, why do you not understand that you ruin your product and make it worse? Because you teach the fans to disrespect the players and the teams that aren't the Celtics and the Lakers. You're teaching the fans to be bad fans and to turn off the TV and the way you cover the league. You're telling people that Thunder versus Pacers won't be worth watching because it's not New York or LA. Seriously, it's your own damn fault that NBA viewership and numbers may be going down over the years. People are turning off the TV because you're negging your own product on TV all the time. And you'd be smarter, Adam Silver, if you'd embrace the success of whatever the 30 teams, whatever the hundreds of players that are in the league are excelling in top notch, instead of making a product where the commentators and the people that talk about it put down people all the time and they're not worthy. Oklahoma City could win the championship and they'll be looked at just like Toronto was when we won it. Poo-pooed and ignored in all kinds of stupid ways and overlooked. And well, that's your own damn fault, Adam Silver, because you're not selling your product correctly with the people who talk about it on TV. They're selling it and they teach the fans to turn it off. That's just the damn truth right there. Mic drop. In fact, I want a dunk for this one. Yeah, that's right. We're going to give Seymour Cream a dunk also because I think that didn't Isaac call out for a dunk for somebody earlier. I think it was Kareem. So we're going to give Kareem a dunk. And I'm going to give myself a dunk for just very explicitly explaining the problem with the NBA in the last 15 years of negging themselves into being less of an audience. And that's your own damn fault. You didn't have to do that. Y'all need to sell your product in a positive way that makes people excited and encouraged about it. You put down the Thunder, you're not helping their fan base, and you're not helping people in the other places away from Oklahoma City to, respect them. You want to respect the championship. You want to respect the achievement of getting to that level, and y'all poo-poo it. And that's what devalues values and waters down your product quality. Right there, your own talking heads, ESPN in particular, as an entity, has been so horrible to the NBA. I'm not going to lie. They have been so horrible. Doug Smith tweeted on Blue Skies last night. I remember when halftime shows on playoff games were about breaking down the game and talking about basketball and not screaming at each other and saying stupid shit and just being a talking head like Stephen A. Smith. Doug Smith is complaining about this on Blue Skies last night. Since I remember when they actually talked about basketball and X's and O's on the halftime break instead of just having a yelling match between talking heads from ESPN half-hour shows. It's stupid, man. It's so stupid. Let's see. Kaloy saying, I'm still with Coach Darko here about Scotty becoming the face of the league. It's going to come slow, and it's going to sneak up on people, and they'll see it. They'll see it when it happens. It's going to be like a switch, guys. Watch. In some ways, everybody's sleeping on him. I see what he's doing. I see what you're doing behind the scenes, Scott. I see what you're doing on the court in front of everybody's eyes, but they're not actually paying attention. I see what you're doing, Scott. And there's going to be a breakthrough. And there's going to be, you know what it's going to come with? It's going to coincide with the Raptors winning a lot. And all of a sudden, people are going to open their eyes and be like, damn, Scotty is a really good all-around player. And you know what? He's got an infectious smile. And he's a good kid. Maybe we should rethink this whole face of the league thing. I can see this. Trevor J saying, Ant-Man, the pressure is too much on the big stage. Can't handle the lights. I don't know if it's exactly that. I don't know, man. Maybe he is distracted. Maybe he has other things going on in his life and he's not totally locked in like he should be. I have no idea. I can't opine on this exactly. I do agree, though, that he's not the face of the league. Shea Gilgeous is. That's right. Most saying not Raptors news. They are letting Tyrese's father. I'm not watching the game, but they're letting him back in tonight. Yeah. He's going to be there for the game tonight. The pleading with Adam Silver worked. He's not allowed at the road games still, but he's allowed at Pacers games for the rest of the playoffs. And that's fine. That's actually really good. The man learned his lesson. He really did make a dumb mistake, and he was just ignorant and dumb to do that. And in some ways, well, yeah, he feels bad for it. I bet you he will never, ever go on the court like that ever again. In fact, I'd be surprised if he's sitting at courtside. He may be sitting in a box somewhere and not anywhere near the court. Seriously, I could see that. I could see that for sure. Boom goes the dynamite. Kaloy saying Flag already has a New Balance commercial. Yeah, that's part of it. You know, the advertisers are going to put people prominent in commercials and stuff like that. But it's really the NBA's product advertising that we'll see it happen. And he won't deserve any of this yet. He won't. He's going to get it right from the bat, just like Bronny did last year, all kinds of attention. But he's not going to deserve any of it. Watch when we start. And maybe by the end of the year, he'll deserve some of it. But, man, if he comes out there and he doesn't look that much better than Grady Dick, don't be surprised. And Grady's rookie year. I'm just saying, Grady was a good rookie at the end of the year. But if he comes out there and he doesn't look that good for a while, but he turns the corner at some point during the season like Grady did, I can see that happening. Seriously, I don't think he's going to be a home run right away. There's always an adjustment from college to the big league. And I think people are forgetting that. And people are just thinking that everything that he does translates. I think you're crazy. I think you're absolutely crazy if you think Cooper Flagg's going to be able to operate like he did on Duke in the NBA. He's not going to operate exactly the same way. In fact, he's going to – the other thing that people aren't talking about with him is he's extremely young. Like, seriously, this kid's a project in some ways. And y'all are acting like he's not a project. He's ready to go. But I don't believe that. I do not believe that. When you're a young 19-year-old who's supposed to be in high school, not even supposed to be in college, yeah, you're crazy if you think he's just going to be ready to go and he's just going to be out the box, like going off and crazy. I don't see it. He may have some flashy highlights and people will be like, woo, he's so cool. But, man, to be consistently good in this league is hard. And Cooper Flagg doesn't come fresh out of the box like that. I'm going to predict it right now. He's going to have struggles in his first year because in some ways, everybody's going to overhype him. He's going to feel that pressure like Bargnani did. And in some ways, if he has failures or things aren't exactly smooth or easy, it's going to feel even harder on him. Seriously, because there's so much expectation. That's right. Wayne saying, sorry, Kaloy, no parade here for SGA. Either win with the Raptors or win gold for Canada. Yeah, I'm with him on that. There's no parade, but there's definitely a winner coming back with the trophy to share with his community and hanging around with people and little kids and letting them touch it and saying, yeah, I'm Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, NBA Finals MVP 2025. And here you go. Touch the Larry O'Brien, kids, and dream for yourself, future generation Canadian basketball players. That's right. Kaloy saying Hamilton should give him a parade. I say that it's not a big deal. That should happen. That could happen. I think that they kind of did something for Jamal out in Kitchener. It's a little bit more localized. You're not going to get the Raptors 2 million people up and down University Avenue. No. No, you're not going to get that for this. As Wayne said, this is not a Raptors championship. This is a Thunder championship with a most important player as a Canadian. You know, that's what we're saying right now. Kareem's saying, I wonder if SGA is from Ancaster or Hamilton. Beautiful place. I don't know. He's taken stake in Hamilton. You know, there was a weird debate about whether he was Toronto or Hamilton. Well, it's this rests the case. He said it was his own 2 words on Inbound documentary. He's from Hamilton. So Toronto people trying to claim him. We got to give it up. All right. He's okay with Toronto. He loves Toronto, obviously. But his hometown is Hamilton, guys. We got to get this right. That's right. Isaac saying 6 Canadians left in the playoffs. Nickel and SGA led their teams yesterday. I love it. I love it. 63 points between the two of them in that game. 63 of those points. In some ways, there's that's a quarter of all the points scored in the game were scored by Canadians. It was like 120 to 120 something, like 128 to 126. It was 63. That's like a quarter of all the points in the game between the two teams. That's pretty cool, man. Those two guys in particular scored a quarter of all the points. Trevor's saying Raptors defense is going to be just as good as OKC, puts you under pressure, heavy pressure. Well, we need to get another big. We need to shore up the front line with defense and rebounding. That is my priority, and that is why I have always centered my watch on what I'm looking at for this draft on bigs, on a 5 specifically, if not a 4 that is very much a good defender and rebounder. And other positions, we're good. We got skill at all the other positions, and we are good. That's why I'm not all into Will Riley. That's why I'm not thinking about Igor Demon. That's why I'm not talking about this person and that person. And maybe some of these guys who came and worked out this week, maybe they're a flyer in the 39th pick, and Masai and Bobby like them there, but we need a big at 9 is what I'm saying. If common is common, then I like that. That's what I want right there. Common. I want common to OVO Center. That's right. He's going to do his workout with us soon. I'll bet. Common Malawatch come up to Toronto, hopefully, and show his face at the OVO Center down at Exhibition Place. That's right. Let's go. Kaloy saying coveted franchises of today, Lakers and Celtics, are like this because of the wins of the past. So the premier franchises of the future are the winners today. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all can glorify the past so much, Adam Silver, you're drying up the future because nobody can have the room. Is there never ever going to be the chance to somebody to be body up and get close to those teams as far as importance in this league? Or is it just how it is? In some ways, the league has suffered by over doting on the Lakers and the Celtics when they have been very bad teams. Seriously, in some ways, you don't set up the product of the NBA to be very strong. The parity that you've given the teams with the salary cap is great. Now you need to give parity and attention. And that's the way Stern did it. Seriously, even though Michael was head above everybody else, he still treated all of the teams in the NBA fairly with broadcasting and putting them on blast and not disrespecting teams just because maybe they're bottom dwellers for so long. There was a little bit more respect around the Washington Bullets than the Washington Wizards. And some of that is partly the way the NBA markets itself and treats all of its teams in the league. Y'all have been shading and sullying so many different teams on the bottom for so many years. No wonder people think the product sucks and is watered down because y'all have taught them that. That's what I'm going to say right there. So we're going to let another team step up to the plate and be in that area like the team like the Lakers and the Celtics. Not about accumulation of championships, just as far as prestige and allowing. Who's next on the escalator up? Golden State, Miami, San Antonio. In some ways, these teams have multiple championships and they get treated a certain way. Chicago, I don't know. I'm just saying, you got to make room for other teams to be successful so that you can continue the history of the NBA going in the future in a healthy way and not in a constrictive way because you're writing storylines in the back because you want to manufacture things for LeBron and the Celtics. I'm telling you, man, you screw up every single time you try and write storylines like Vince McMahon did for wrestling. You do. You really do. So the pure competition of this year's playoffs is seen, heard, and is enjoyed. And that's what we want. That's right. Parity in the league and competition and parity and attention and broadcasting. How about that, Adam Silver? I put that on you, my guy. That's right. That's right. Let's see. I'm not even sure. Isaac requested a dunk for somebody. I want to see. I want to remember who it is. Who did Isaac say he wanted a dunk for? I forget. Let me go back and look. I thought it was Kareem, but it may be somebody totally different. Let me see. Where is Isaac? He said it somewhere. Where did I miss that? Oh, it's because we did the trivia. It's way up here. And let's see. Where's Isaac? All of Isaac's comments. I'll find the one where he said earlier that he wanted to give a dunk to somebody. Who was it? Who was it? Isaac, you can just write it in. Tell me who it was that you want to give a dunk to. Because I forgot. And I may have given it to Kareem, but it may have been for somebody else. Let's see. Where is Isaac Campbell? He showed up at a certain point. Maybe I went too far. All right, this is futile. I'm not finding this. This is a needle in a haystack. There's so many comments here. It's futile. Stop doing this, Lex. We'll figure it out. Maybe Isaac will let me know. Maybe Isaac will tell me who the dunk was for. I'll give it to Kareem anyway. But if there's somebody else, Isaac, you're John Stockton right now. You go ahead and throw the ball at somebody else if you want. Let's see. Okay, I read that one. Okay, I read that one. Yes, Sirski. Yeah, so he did say it was for you, Kareem. He did send you a dunk. There you go. Stargate saying, but you bet you Halliburton's dad would do to Jalen Brunson what he did to Giannis, not with Rick sitting there. He would not do what he did to Giannis with Rick Brunson sitting there on the Knicks bench. Well, he's never going to do that again just because he saw just the fallout. And really, he probably is scared. He probably thought that he would never, ever get to go back to the arena to watch his son play again. So he's learned his lesson. Yeah, he's not going to do that. I mean, I think it would be hilarious if he did that because I would be like, okay, you're an idiot and you're probably going to get banned for life now. But I'd also love to see the reaction of all that. I know Rick Brunson's a no shit guy. He's like very intense. And in some ways, he's very tough on his son. And that's part of the reason why his son is who he is. So, yeah, if this happened, I'm sure Rick Brunson would get out there. Yeah, I'm sure he would. That'd be very interesting. I don't think it'll ever happen, though. Kareem saying Grady needs to throw away the Gillette blades and grow a full goatee. I want to see this. You know what? This is a funny joke in some ways, but I think that at some point, if Grady Dick has facial hair in his NBA career, that'll be fun. Seriously. You know, some of us blonde guys, though, we can't grow a real mustache because it's like light hair. And we may have mustaches and you wouldn't even notice. You're like, wait, what is that on your lip, Lex? It's like just a little bit of like, I'm trying to grow a mustache. Really? I can't see it. It's because my hair is blonde. And it's like, I don't know. Grady grew a mustache. He'd probably have like a invisible mustache. Kind of like me. But that'd be kind of cool to see if he did that. Yeah. Yeah. Gillette, the best a man can get, you know. All right, then, Grady, Tracy McGrady. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah. Grady needs to shave that head. I don't know. That sounds crazy. You want him to be like me? Nah, we don't need that. Grady needs to be in advertisements. And, you know, women like him. I don't think if he shaves his head, they're going to like him as much. He's going to look weird, man. He'll look kind of like a dodo bird, probably. Thinking about it, seriously. Stargate saying Cooper Flag will be a Celtic within 2 years. Book it. And you wanted to give the dunk to Kareem. All right, good. Good for clarifying that. Oh, I'm almost at 2 hours. Maybe we'll make this a nice, tidy 2-hour stream real quick. Cooper Flag will be a Celtic. Yeah, I believe this too. I don't know if it'll be within 2 years, but it may be after the rookie contract. I think it will. I think that's definitely true. And you guys saying that he doesn't really want to be in the Western Conference. He wants to be in Eastern Conference. That makes sense. That totally tracks. He's from Maine, and his family is very East Conference, East Coast. And in some ways, he's thinking about the ability for his family to watch him. And it's like, well, I'm in Dallas. That's a different time zone, Central or Mountain or whatever. And yeah, I don't want my mom have to stay up to watch me play my games. And how are they going to come to games all the time? They live in Maine and they want to work in their jobs still and live their lives here. They won't be able to come and see me all the time. So it's part of it probably right there. That may be the main reason why he's not totally excited about being a Dallas Maverick. And I could see him trying to get in the Eastern Conference as soon as possible, if not completely to the Celtics. Completely. I can see this target. I can see it too. I've made this prediction before this already this summer that Cooper Flag is destined to be a Boston Celtic at some point. It's just how it is. That's why I hope he fails. That's why I hope that he is a bust. That's why I hope that he is, just like Bargnani. He doesn't meet his expectations, and everybody looks back on him and says, wow, we thought that he was going to be this, this, and this, and he didn't turn out that way, did he? No, he was a solid pro. He played a great few years, Keith Van Horn, but he wasn't exactly who we thought he was going to be when he came in. That's what I really hope, because I know this kid is going towards Boston at some point. Seriously. All right, let's wrap it up. We got a minute and a half to go. Thanks for playing Tuesday Trivia with me today. Music trivia. It was fun. I enjoyed making the questions, and I feel like you guys did a pretty good job. It was a very fun trivia. That's right. Kaloy said, now that is interesting. It's been reported that the new ownership is looking to shed more salaries for the Celtics. Yeah, I heard that the new owners are new, and thank God they're not Amazon. I think that would have been a conflict of interest, and that's part of the reason why Jeff Bezos didn't buy the Celtics, is because he just wants to broadcast the whole entire league through Amazon. And I don't know. I think antitrust rules would have made it so that he couldn't be a broadcaster and a team owner. So that may be part of the reason why he didn't buy the Celtics. Thank God. Seriously, I did not want that to happen. But yeah, we'll have to see the shakeup with the new ownership of the Celtics and how they treat the current roster and group that they have there. There may be some changes coming for sure. I could see that. Kareem saying Grady will look like Larry Bird. Yeah, Larry Bird had one of those weird, dirty blonde mustaches. And in some ways, Larry probably should have shaved his. But then again, he had a weak chin and a weak mouth. So he might have looked really weird without facial hair. Seriously. Really. I mean, he did later. You saw him without it. And you saw what Larry looked like without facial hair when he was coaching the Pacers and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Kawhi's saying, so Cooper to Boston could be a real thing. I'm going to see this probably happening. I'm not wishing it, but I could see this happening. This is what a lot of people are. Oh, yeah. And Monique's bringing up something I did want to bring up. David Johnson, former Raptors draft pick out of Louisville, picked just after Delano Banton the same year that Scotty Barnes was drafted, has signed a contract to play for Tasmania in the NBL. So David is going to Down Under to play for the Australian Professional League. We wish David Johnson of Louisville all the best luck in his new travels and internationally to play in the NBL. So yeah, David Johnson officially going to Australia to play professionally this season. So we keep up with our old Raptors. Yeah. All right. Let me do the rundown. Get out of here. Good job, Thunders, for beating the Timberwolves by 2 points. Amazing game last night. Good stuff. The SGA 40 points. Jalen Williams 34, 21 from Chet Holmgren. Good stuff. Good stuff. And well, get one more and you're done with them for this Western Conference Finals. The Raptors were working out a couple names yesterday. Alex Tui of Sydney Kings was there yesterday, along with Jameer Watkins of Florida State and Lamont Butler of Kentucky. Some notable names that doing pre-draft workouts at OVO in the last day or so. The refs for tonight all favor the Indiana Pacers at home over the Knicks. John Goble, David Guthrie, and Courtney Kirkland. Y'all eat at Chuck's Roadhouse. If you want to support Canadian industry, Chuck's Roadhouse is a Canadian product. I'm not going to do the Raptors Reddit reactions. There's a cesspool of RJ arguments right now. A lot of dumb people saying stuff about RJ right now on there, and a lot of good people standing up for RJ's honor. So I appreciate the pro RJ people. Everybody who's on there who's anti-RJ and saying stupid stuff about RJ here and there on Reddit, just stop and get out of there. Seriously. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak stream. I'm going to get to finish my stream today. Thank God. This is the first time in 3 days that YouTube hasn't cut me off. Thank you, YouTube, for being kind and running through. Isaac, thank you too, sir. Your benevolence is always appreciated on the channel when you're able to be here. I appreciate you, my guy. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Wow, Wednesday tomorrow. We're going to talk Kem Birch, international basketball, and him being a EuroLeague champion. I love you, Kem Birch, man. Kem Birch is always going to be a favorite Raptor of mine because he's from Montreal. He's Canadian, and he went the unbeaten path. He went a totally different way through his career than a lot of people did, and I'm really proud of our Canadian Kem Birch being EuroLeague champion right now. That's right. We'll go over the championship for their team over there with Maurizio and the other guy that used to be on the Raptors who actually won the MVP of this, and Kem Birch. We'll talk about it on Wow Wednesday tomorrow. Let's go Raptors. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and let's go Tempo.